And welcome everybody to Nat1Fun. I hope you had a great week. I know I did. I'm so happy to have you here. Thank you guys for checking us out. We already got a posture check in chat and a resubscribe. So thank you very
They even
much.
see us.
So I want to say something real quick, real quick. Uh, just a little kind of boast to the community and a boast to a special individual. As you know, Nat1Fun is trying to get to PAX U. I did somehow procure a media pass, so I'll be doing some kind of media coverage during this thing where you guys will be able to basically kind of see what I see when we go through it. I'm going to be doing some editing and stuff like that to the videos. I'll be posting them to YouTube, maybe even live streaming some events. So it's going to be great. But Dan needs a little help to getting there. Okay, this is my only source of income, so as a lot of you know, and a special individual donated a hell of a lot. As you can see down there, the total is at 362.50 now, and 72%. When we left before, I
Oh,
think it was like at like 120 or something.
what the hell?
Um, I got a an amazing. I had an amazing chat with them first, of course, but I got an amazing donation from an individual, and I want to give a big shout out to Jay slash Arthdor in chat. He donated an
Um,
insane amount
oh,
towards the goal to getting that one fun
Dude.
to PAX, and I just wanted to say thank you so much because that not only takes a lot of pressure off of me, but it takes a lot of pressure off my family because again, like I said, this is my only source of income, so that kind of stuff goes dollar for dollar way more than you believe or way more than you might think. So thank you so much. Um, incredible. So real quick, let's get into what we already kind of have done before. This is a sponsored slash dice affiliate stream. We are associated with Die Hard Dice. If you don't know, Die Hard Dice is having an excellent sale right now. It's like a holiday sale that's going on for like the next month or so. But they are coming out with like new releases basically every week. Insanely cool dice just recently dropped that are like essentially they're acrylic dice, but they emulate that of precious stones or gemstone dice. Incredible sets, awesome looking sets. The green set, I forgot what it's called, but the green set that is like on their poster just looks gorgeous, and I want to grab a pair. So, anyways, there's a ton of stuff going on, including every one of the dice sets, almost every one of them. A lot of dice sets on the website are on sale. Really on sale, like literally, like 15 to 30% off on like some sets. I want to add that if you use the code NAT1 in checkout, you get an additional 15% off of that as well. So the huge dice sets that are like $99 because they've been knocked down from like 180 or something like that down to 99, you can knock another 15% off of that alone by using the code NAT1. I also want to iterate the fact that this month's dice sponsorship for us specifically is that Scorched Rainbow dice set that I had shown you guys before. It is basically the large D20, the dire D20 Scorched Rainbow that you here,
so pretty.
and it is gorgeous. So if you type in Scorched Rainbow into Die Hard Dice, or you just Google it, Scorched Rainbow Dire D20, note there is an entire set that is dedicated as the Scorched Rainbow as well. We are specifically being sponsored by, or being told to kind of try and sell out the Dire D20s this time. So check out the Dire D20, and that will go towards supporting Nat1Fun, and check out all the other cool shit that they got going on during this month. So we also are giving away a dice set come, let's see, we got, yeah, come next week. We will be giving away a set of dice, which is an excellently very cool metal set of dice that is almost reminiscent of that rainbow, scorched rainbow look that I just showed you. It has dragon scales, but it is called mermaid or something like that. So it's like fish scales slash mermaid scales slash dragon scales. It looks very, very cool. You can check it out in our Discord if you haven't already. Our Discord chat also just got upgraded enough to where you can just type in discord.gg slash Nat1Fun and you can join us that way. So if you're not already a part of our Discord, definitely check us out now. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. We are looking forward to the December when we get to go to PAX U and stuff like that and kind of get to meet and greet. But I'd like to say one last thing. If you type in exclamation point RFW or exclamation point running Feywild or exclamation point Discord, you can get all the information you need for our upcoming game in January for the Running Feywild campaign, which is going to be our comedy kind of run through of the Wild Beyond the Witchlight campaign. It is going to be a very different, not necessarily super D&D-esque campaign, but it is going to use D&D rules, and it's going to be great off-the-wall fun. Some awesome human beings involved in that, including the players and stuff like that. So check it out if you can, Running Feywild. Check out our Patreon if you want to get involved in the game in some way, naming NPCs, adding magic items, adding magical wild magic surges into the world, all kinds of stuff, no locations, all that stuff. Check out our Patreon, and you can one, help support us, and two, kind of get your name and your ideas into space and get into the game yourself. So without further ado, unless you guys have anything, Allie, it looks like you got something. Go for it. Oh, yes, I know what you're going to talk about. Do it.
Yes. So tomorrow is the last day for the poll for the forbidden giveaway. I'm going to be making a set of dice based off of a creature. I have the creatures listed in the poll. You just have to respond with an emote. If you aren't a part of our Discord, please go to our Discord and be part of our community, so that you can weigh in on the dice sets that I am going to make. I'll probably end up making a version of all of those, but these are going to be specifically for the giveaway for you guys. Also, right now, the one that's in the lead is Wisp, but there are other awesome options.
Ooh.
Go vote for Mind Flare, everybody.
Hag.
I'm the only one.
There's all kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of stuff for sure.
Yeah, it's Dragon, Griffin, Hag, Beholder, Wisp, and Mind Flare.
Yeah, that's for last Mind Flare.
Go check it out.
I love
it's
how
awesome.
you said
Discord.
Go to the Discord and Stream Elements just pops it right into chat for you.
Go to that thing right there. All right, guys, thank you very much. And thank you, Allie, for your awesome contributions to the cause and to the game. All right. So let's get into our recap and go ahead and play our intro. Here we go.
Roll it.
So, if you weren't here last week, that might not have made too much sense to you. But let me catch you up. So, last we left off, a dreary episode when after conquering the trials of the Frost Maiden, Winter's End finally attains the Codicil of White. Soon after that, though, a strange chamber littered with scattered pieces of ice on the ground reveals a difficult decision that the group has to face. On one hand, they are offered a godly boon by the Frost Maiden herself, and on the other, surefire death. Although Olanu and Leodin both partake in this opportunity to strengthen and bolster themselves with this boon, heeding no warnings of danger, Abel, who unfortunately did not trust anyone in the party due to a spell he was under, attempts to receive the Frost Maiden's gift, but ultimately fails and falls prey to its horrific alternative, being completely turned into ice and shattering to the ground. In mourning, the party returns to the point at which the griffins last dropped them off to discover that they were no longer there. Luckily, they found a large bell at the end of the frozen giant's pier and gave it a ring. While in waiting, half of the group impatiently goes to find out what may be on the wreckage of one of the shipwrecks they had seen earlier that is not too far away. Grimly, Olanu, and Leodin discover a coven of sea hags who had made residence there on the ship, but were quickly handled due to a number of high wisdom saves. While the party was away, Velani and Kinrava talk out their differences, as Angejuk, the giant magical talking sperm whale, arrives with a massive ship attached to its back. Kinrava makes a promise that once the rime was over, the whales would no longer be the target of fishermen for their oil. After a moment of deliberation, Angejuk agrees to return the party to the mainland, pick back up, as the remainder of the party is picked up and shown atop the giant whale's back. All right, team. We return as you guys step aboard the creaky wooden slats that make up the back of the whale's kind of. There was like those big, huge straps or whatever, but they have like little handholds that you can climb up and then get up towards the actual ship portion that is along its back. And Kinrava and well, both Kinrava and Velani are atop the ship currently as they wave you on.
All aboard, everyone.
This definitely takes care of travel. How did you manage it?
Let's just say we made a deal.
What?
To ensure
No.
helping him make sure that no one his species aren't going to be as viciously hunted when the rime ends.
I was hoping you can keep up your end of the deal.
Oh, we should get going if we're leaving.
Yeah.
I just look back at the castle and then we'll start boarding.
Is that all of your friends?
I'm going to assume Leodin got on as well.
Yeah, Leodin is extremely somber. She had found this treasure, but she is just currently kind of like placing it in her pockets, not really making eye contact with anybody. And she makes her way onto the ship, but she's not saying a word. She is basically kind of just staring off into the distance towards the mountains.
Yes, that should be all of them.
Yeah. Let's get away from here.
It will be a while before we arrive. Please find your accommodations.
Okay. Alanu will move to go down below deck.
Yep, you can choose to either go below deck or just chill out on deck. He's just kind of like letting you know that it's probably going to be a while before you guys get there. Knowing that you guys basically arrived on griffins who were able to navigate the skies directly to where you needed to go and at an expedited pace, you can tell this is going to take a while.
In that case, Velani, would you allow me to also run an identify spell on the book just to see if we can check for any sort of curses or such, if you don't mind.
If you must.
Thank you.
Grimley
Okay.
is just gonna stand on the upper deck, watching the island until we submerge, or if we don't submerge. I don't know how this thing's gonna go, but I just like to watch the island for as
Yep.
long as I can.
For those that are staying on top, Angejuk can tell, and he kind of turns back towards you, and
Hold on tight.
Yeah, I'll grab the deck.
suddenly the whale just dips below, and the ship just dips whoosh right into the ocean.
You're fucking children and I hate you.
The water
Deck.
does not encapsulate you. It does not go onto the deck. So when you're like holding your breath, like waiting for the water to just like rush in on you, there is a magical barrier that is up and around the ship as it is, allowing you to breathe underwater, one, and two, visually see out from where you are located. At first, it seems to be a quite dark affair, as obviously it is nighttime, but you do still have like the stars and moon above. But the deeper and deeper Angejuk goes, the darker and darker it gets. Until Angejuk then dips low enough that you start to see the bottom of where you are located. The sea floor starts to come up at you a little bit as he kind of starts to swim off in a direction. And the sea floor is covered with what looks to be some sort of like bioluminescence. Either small fish, seaweed, or even some coral that are slowly kind of floating in the icy waters, allow you to have somewhat of a dreamlike almost sense of illumination in the area. As Angejuk kind of goes underneath and between and through large rock formations that make up the basin of, or the base floor of the seabed here. You guys doing anything?
Kinrava is just going to take the conticle of white from Velny when she hands it over and cast Identify on it, just to make sure that everything is on point and to see exactly if it can, like, do anything, or is it cursed in any way, shape, or form, or anything along those lines. Because this is a holy book of the evil goddess, so...
You cast Identify on it, and when you cast Identify on it, you really don't get any kind of magical sense out of it other than, like, I would say that if there's any type of magical sense about it, is the fact that it is a part of, like, the cult of Oriel. But there is no magical sense as in it has or holds any type of magic itself.
Okay. So no curses or any sort of bad stuff like that?
No bad juju.
Okay.
Is it like a tome or Bible, or is it like a
So for reference,
A spell book.
this is actually kind of what it looks like. There is an actual picture of it, but I didn't have it like ready to go just. But this is what you see in the book, or not in the book, but as the book.
Ooh.
Oh.
Pretty.
cool?
That is the Codicil of White. And I don't know, I'm pretty sure I described it before, like its actual physical description, but I can go ahead and kind of reiterate. It is a tall, thin, white volume bound in what looks like white ermine fur, over seasoned boards of white pine and sealed with a clasp and lock of tarnished silver. The book is cold to the touch, and the fur is worn about the edges from use. There seems to be about 27 pages that are within the vellum painted with silver gilt on the outer edges. And the whole is sewn to a leather binding with strips of sinews, making it quite durable. Yeah. I will say that with your detect magic, that you feel when you are in possession of the book that you may possess a little bit of a magical resistance to cold.
Ooh. Not a bad thing to have. Just for the record, Kinrava is also going to like take out her scriber quill, and she's going to write down a copy of the poem from the book as well. Yeah.
The poem from the book, as stated before, is a long series of what is it called? Stances, where it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different stances, and so it's just a long poem, but it essentially kind of just tells of Oriel's like existence and the praise towards her.
Yeah. She'll turn to Velony and just say, just in case the worst happens, it's always important to have a backup.
What does that mean?
It means that if anything does happen, such as the book being damaged or destroyed, we always have a backup of the poem.
Understood. So Velony allows you to look at it, but the entire time she is just eyeing you and making sure, like, everything's on the up and up. So she keeps an eye on that book.
Yeah, Kinrava's being completely on the up and up right now.
Mhm.
And she hands it back to Velony. Well, if she has got time, she'll also pull out her own spell book and sort of just say, "All right, Asher, could you tell me if you've unlocked any more spells for me?"
Did you throw Asher into that other spell book?
Not yet, no. We haven't had the chance to.
I thought you tossed Asher into the spell book that you found from.
Oh yes, I did. You are right. Sorry. Yeah,
Mhm.
now
Yeah,
I
I think you
remember.
did. Because
So
it brings everything from the other book with it.
that's
Yeah,
right.
back into that book. Yeah.
So Asher told you basically everything you needed to know about that book because
yes.
well, you tossed them in and it wasn't like illusionified like the original book was.
Wasn't coded.
Correct. So
Yeah, she's
Asher
just
kind
asking
of
if he's yeah.
Asher comes out and he's like, I need to do more study in the original book.
I see. Very well then. And she'll work on bringing him back to the other book, basically.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
that's
feel
what she's
like
gonna be
the inkiness of Asher kind of starts to climb and crawl from one book over to the other, and then kind of
Mhm.
slowly seeps into it.
Yep.
Venom.
Pretty much.
Okay. As you hand back the book to Velony, she kind of gives you not like a side eye, but she gives you an eye of acknowledgement and then moves on and finds a quiet location to continue her reading. You again see her pulling out the sphere and putting it next to her, the professor orb, Professor Scant, and places Professor Scant next to her as she reads on. Leodin has made her way down to one of the so-called quarters, if you will. Not necessarily quarters as much as empty blank spaces of room on the ship. There are no any kind of beds or any kind of storage compartments, anything whatsoever. This almost looks as if a shipwreck was essentially tied to the top of this giant whale. All right.
Wow.
So as you go through, let's go with, since you were on top as well, Grimly, go ahead and roll me a d20.
Okay. That's a 5.
Okay. Give me a second. You guys are now underwater. Let me have that music going. So players, if you don't hear anything, you can turn up the stream a little bit if you'd like. It is on stream.
Wow, Yote. Wow.
What are able cubes going for these days?
Not ice cubes, able cubes.
Jesus.
Okay. So, you all partake in the fact that this is quite a scene. I mean, this is a scene out of storybooks. This is something you would hear in fairy tales. This is not normal for any sake of the word, as you are on the back of a giant whale, leagues under the sea. As you pass by large precipices and large columns of stone, the fluorescent lights kind of illuminating the way. Some even like illuminating the closer you get to them and then disilluminating the further away you are. You said you rolled a 5?
Yes.
So on the sea floor beneath you, giant ruins of some long lost civilization passes by. You see enormous stone blocks, 6 to 10 feet tall each, making up some of these structures. Some can no longer be told or shown, or exactly, you can't really decipher what they are, but you see that they are like a rubble of large remains.
Question.
Yep.
I don't want to interrupt you, but I do have well-known history of stone formations. Does this ring a bell with me at all?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a history with
my
advantage.
History. That's 11.
With advantage?
It was a 1 and then an 11.
Okay.
I was gonna say could I roll, but
Yeah.
I'll say with an 11.
I'm trying to look at what the feature is, but I can't remember what it's called. It's like stone something.
Stone
Stone
cunning.
cunning. Yeah.
So basically, what you get from that 11. Go ahead.
So I have proficiency with my roll? It says I have proficiency in this.
Okay, you can add your proficiency to the 11.
Okay, so it would be 14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so with a 14, you are able to kind of determine the origin of all this stuff. You can see that Angejuk is kind of like wavering, and kind of like now he's kind of going towards the location of that giant structure. Did you just find something out or discover something?
Actually, double my proficiency.
Double your proficiency. Okay,
Yeah,
so
sorry.
yeah, no, it's no problem. So
17.
that's what, 17? Yeah. You know for sure what these structures are at this point.
Jesus.
As at first you were like, I don't know. Well, maybe I do. Yeah, I know what these are.
Light bulb.
Yeah. And so as you continue, though, you see large structures, huge, enormous stones and everything like that. And these all look to be some sort of like cyclopean ruins. Literally a civilization of like cyclops type giants that had once lived here, built this area. Now, of course, long gone are these cyclops where their civilization fell into the sea, but you do see all this stuff. You see large, like a number of sharks that are currently kind of just floating around what looks to be like a large area of just regular fish that are kind of just basically making this their home, their coral reef, if you will. And as you make your way through, you hear
The civilization of Goran.
It's like a tour guide.
These are my waters.
Cyclops.
Yes.
All right. As you pass through, and Angejuk is taking you guys on a very sightful tour, basically, of the ruins, and he makes his way through and he continues on. You guys continue on for a long time. Coming up
Long enough to get a long rest.
Oh, yeah. Like, well, a long rest being that you actually do have to go to sleep or meditate, but you guys go on for a while, including enough to have that long rest. So if you'd like to sleep, probably this is the best time to do it. Go ahead and do it as you guys travel.
For 1 hour, while everyone else is sleeping, Kinrava's going to use her Find Familiar feature to change Asher from a winged serpent into a very small spider.
Okay. So go ahead.
I had one thing. After a couple hours of standing on the deck and watching the things go by, Grimly would head down and find Kinrava. And Ken, I'll pull off my tabard. And sometime during that night, I would have donned my armor in a room somewhere, but I would have found her, and I'm just taking my tabard off and showing it to her. It's a huge tear through the helm symbol. And I'll just say, if you can find a way to repair this, it would be much appreciated. I don't know if you have a spell or anything, but
do I look like a tailor?
Well, you made clothes before, and I just assumed you would have a way.
Actually, you know what? Actually, I think I might have something. Sure, leave it with me and I'll see what I can do.
Thank you, Ken. And I'll hand it over to her and make my way back to the room.
Okay. Alana.
So after getting a long rest, what Alana would want to be doing is just she would blindfold herself and have Percy kind of attack at her so she could practice with him, both to get him to learn new attacks, but also to try and hone her skills.
Okay. Yeah. Percy kind of in combat with you, essentially, and trying to hone your skills in. Go ahead and roll a perception check real quick.
Where's perception? That's not bad. Okay.
Can I help her by yelling for her to keep the hell down while I'm meditating through the walls?
If you're yelling at her to keep it down, I'm gonna go ahead and say that she's gonna need to roll a disadvantage now because you're like, kid is like boom, 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 boom.
It's fine.
No, it's happening. It's happening. You're like
disadvantage?
Yeah, disadvantage. So you are like currently in there, and Kin is like banging on the walls, and all you hear is like the echo. And now Percy has advantage on his stealth check as well.
So that was a 9.
Okay. As you are kind of going back, as Luke is with the training droid, basically you kind of like anticipate where Percy might be coming from, and kind of like leap out in that direction, kind of grabbing for it, and you whiff, and suddenly you feel a beak like pinch you on your ass, and Percy is super excited and like kind of jumping up and down and kind of scratching at the floor. You take 1 point of slashing damage.
Okay. Reduced to half.
Reduced to half. You take 1 point of piercing damage.
Grimly just runs out.
Percy.
Grimly runs out in the hall in just his like night attire, like everything's taken off, and he has an axe in hand, just like what's going on?
It's okay, I'm just practicing. Kin, keep it down.
Slam the door.
Grimly's little nightcap that just like slumps over to the side that he has. Okay.
Just woke up from a nightmare.
Yeah, exactly. Like he was ready to go, like ready to go from his nightmare. So anyways, you guys, that for the first day, that's kind of what kind of goes on. Since we had Grimly roll, go ahead and roll Olanu now. Roll a d20.
8. Rolls are going great today.
Okay. So with an 8, you will hear.
Oh.
And that kind of gathers your attention to kind of like go up to the top deck, as he really doesn't make too many noises, or she doesn't make too many noises as you make your way up. And
Okay.
kind of like off in the distance, you can see that there are several humanoid figures that are moving through the water. And as you draw nearer, you can see that there are a total of 8 creatures from a distance, humanoid-like. And
In front?
Kind of like in front, kind of like at a diagonal from where you are. Angejuk is seemingly trying to like not go towards them. And you currently see that there are 4 individuals in combat with another 4 individuals. You see bouts of blood, like, you know, kind of like come out from a surface and just kind of like start to boil up towards the surface every time one is hit. And they continue to fight. What you see, let's see, I guess none of you guys have like insane passive except for Leodin, so go ahead and roll me perception checks, all of you.
17.
7.
18.
Okay. So, Olanu and Kin, you both see from this distance that there are 4 merfolk fighting what look to be some sort of marrow. And they are currently they are going at it. It seems like there's some sort of territorial thing, possibly a hunting party, but whatever it is, they seem to be fighting each other.
That seems like a whole lot of not our problem. Let's keep going.
Agreed.
We should avoid them.
Agreed.
Just lower myself a little bit because I'm probably standing close to the height of the rail.
Yeah.
And I'll watch the battle as it passes.
Okay. You watch the battle as it passes. Roll me a d20.
12.
Okay. The merfolk lose a couple of them, of the fighters. They begin to start to float like horizontally and kind of like curled up, you know, like a U shape with their arms kind of dangling down. And
how far out?
Well, currently at this point, now that you've kind of watched the battle ensue, they're like a distance. They're like 100, 200 feet away. But you see 2 of them kind of floating in the water, and they've defeated the marrow. But unfortunately, they did lose a couple merfolk along the way or whatever. But you see the other 2 merfolk grab onto their compatriots or whoever they were and continue along their way. Do you wish to do anything for this day?
The only thing Grimly would have been doing for probably the past 2 days is writing down old stories of Abel in his journal. Kind of basically not to forget of all of the things that they've done up to this point, because he hasn't really taken any notes in his journal since Torg, really, besides the beginning of Winter's End that he wrote. And I think he wants to start compiling the story.
Yep. You try to like open the book, and the last page being Torg, and the next page after that is the page that has haunted you since that day. You cannot open that portion of the book. Like, the pages continuously, like, move past that point without attempts.
Alanu is going to continue to train with Percy, but then at some point, like, when she gets hungry, she's going to be like, I don't want dried fish anymore. Man, I really just want something else. She kind of just absent-mindedly puts her hands together. And then when she opens them, she has a handful of berries in them. And excitedly, she goes and runs at everybody. Like, these disappeared! Have one! Have one!
Leodin's like, I'm okay.
Are you sure they're good? They're really filling.
Kinrava is
No,
literally
it's
just
okay.
like holding her hands up in her room with like some sort of strange dust whirling around her right now, and she's like, give me 10 minutes.
Thank you.
You see,
You
you open Leodin's door, and Leodin is just like sitting on the floor, kind of like in the corner, and she is like petting Cuckoo on the head.
Just gonna leave 2 berries in the room and then tiptoe out.
Cuckoo is like sniffing at him, and then like ruffles his nose at him, and like kind of just starts rolling around like little meatballs. Leodin picks him up, but you don't see her eat him.
Okay. Yep. After that, she'll just go back to training with Percy.
Yeah. Roll perception again.
Okay. 13.
Okay. Percy again outwits you. This is a difficult task. You know, this whole fighting while blindfolded. And like you leap forward where Percy was last, and Percy lets loose like a quick flap of the wings, pushing him backwards. And then you kind of like land on the ground where he was, and then he like pounces on top of your head. And he does like that happy little like atop your head.
Sort of pushes him off. Just wait until I get this down.
Kinrava is going to just knock on Grimly's door very quietly.
He'll wake up in a rush, probably. Unless this is daytime, and then he'll just answer the door.
You have no idea what time it is, but you're fully rested at this point.
Okay, yeah. Yes.
I wanted to make sure you got this. And she's going to hold up his cloak. But the tear has now been repaired.
Mhm.
But there's also an added to it where the Eye of Helm is around the eye itself. There's also a golden loop with what seems to be knotwork patterns wrapped around it.
Ooh. Pretty. I'll take it in my hand. Wow. This is incredible.
Spells do come in useful, and I thought since you were close with him than anyone else, well, this would be a good way to remember him.
I appreciate it, Ken. I feel bad. He never had the chance to complete his gift for you.
I'm not too worried about it. I mean, truth be told, I'm used to people I know dying very quickly or suddenly. But I'm pretty sure he'll still be able to at least finish his quest if you keep that along with you.
At first, I was angry at you for wanting to leave, but I understand.
Truth be told, if he hadn't truth be told, if what happened hadn't have happened, I would have been all for going on the offensive.
Yeah, I was out of my head at the moment.
I mean, 3 of our party went into that same room trying to get the exact same thing. I think a lot of people were out of their heads.
Yeah, we just need to make sure that they're alright at this point. We don't know what that did, really.
I'll fully examine both of them when we get back to the Icewind. That's one of the main reasons I want to at least have a day in... What was the name of that town that didn't get burned to a crisp?
Bryn Shander.
That's the one. Yeah, when we spend a day... I'd like to spend a day in Bryn Shander just to examine them, get a few things for myself in order, and then we can head to wherever Melanie needs to go.
Sounds like a plan. Thank you, Kenrava. You're a good
Of course.
person. Friend. You know.
Careful, don't say that too loud, or people might actually stop believing it.
Thank you. And I'll turn in.
Okay. You're a good... Yeah.
Yeah.
So, on that, you turn in for the night, and we enter the 3rd day of travel. Takes a while. It seems that there are plenty of underwater sequences that occur that cause you guys to kind of take a more scenic route in order to pass it without any kind of conflict or anything like that. But on the 3rd day, Kin, go ahead and roll that d20.
That's a 3.
That's a 3. Okay. So, luckily for you, with a 3, nothing of importance essentially happens that day, but you do encounter a beautiful, beautiful coral reef as you get closer towards the mainland. This coral reef, of course, full of bioluminescence, giant fish that find the coral reef as their home, also somewhat bioluminescent, swimming around, large reef sharks, everything that you can possibly think of in terms of an ecosystem down here is literally within this giant coral formation. And just like any fantasy setting, many of the corals are the size of buildings outside of what you would expect, like in real world terms. Giant pieces of coral, some of them with like little dangly bits off of them, some of them that are like floating, and they almost look like massive animals themselves with like tendrils. But as soon as you get close, they like retract and remove themselves from where they currently were, and then slowly come back out once you pass. You make your way through all of this until eventually you hear,
I believe we are about to arrive.
Grimly would head down and try to gather everyone.
okay. Leodin follows you, and you make your way all to the top deck of the ship. You start to surface for what it is. Takes a while, as you guys were super deep. As you know, sperm whales can go extremely deep into the ocean, and he kind of took you down and down and down. And the further down you guys went, the safer it felt. But you do pass a point of like pure darkness on your way up, where you can barely see the hands in front of your faces. Velani very graciously kind of puts herself up against a wall to keep herself from falling over because of the darkness.
As we go through that dark layer, Kinra was going to go over to Velani and like gently pat her back and just say, I'm used to dark environments, just stay near me and you'll be fine.
Her eye, like one of her eyes is a little bit closed and the other one is like wide open, and she's just like looking around trying to gather like herself, like she just can't really see much.
And as Kinrava gently pats her on the back, she's gonna send Omens the little spider to try and creep into Velani's hood of her clothes.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a stealth check for Omen as a spider.
Let's see. Spider.
Here we go.
That is a 23.
Jesus Christ. All right. Well, Velani, none the wiser, just kind of, again, because of her disposition in the dark, she doesn't seem to notice this spider crawling out of your sleeve and into her coat.
That's all I wanted to do.
Okay. You erupt out of the darkness and you can start to see kind of like warbling stars above you to the surface of the water on the opposite side. You make your way up and you start to see large formations of ice kind of encapsulate the entire area above you now, and only small areas opening to the sky above. So you start passing by these huge ice flows until eventually above you, you see a large open area enough to fit a giant whale. The narwhals that have been kind of trailing you and following you and everything like that start to kind of circle around you as Angejuk slowly comes up and crests through the surface. And we're going to go ahead and take you over to Tailspire.
Yay!
So if this is the first time you're watching us, Tailspire is a cool tabletop game that you can get on Steam that allows you to basically play a very cool, I don't know how you would explain it, a very cool virtual tabletop of sorts. Yeah, it's pretty
Amazing.
neat. Let me show you though as we make our way over. So let me just gather some characters. Kin, your character is just messed up for some reason. I cannot pull it from unique characters anymore. Okay, and let's go ahead. I know, very Subnautica. I wanted that to come into play as well, to be very Subnautica. Okay, so let's go Tailspire, and I'm going to pop over to chat to make sure that... There we go.
Looks good.
Awesome. So now,
Wicked.
let me pull Kinrava out real quick. Kin was an elf, I believe. Was she? There she is. There we go. All right, there you go, Kin. That's you. So, coming up out of the water, unfortunately, they don't have a giant sperm whale, but we got a giant turtle. And so, Angejuk crests over the edge, and the water begins to run down the top of that magical barrier bubble, basically, that is the top of the ship. Water seeping down until finally that weird warbling effect that you see over the edge clears way until you see what you can see in front of you in the game. So let me share my screen. I didn't share my screen, did I?
Mm-mm.
Let me do that. It's going to mess up the cameras.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. Let me... What if I do this? What if I do this?
How much you became a turtle?
Oh, he's so cute. I
What?
pet him.
What if I go like that? Well, not what I wanted. Because it is not... Okay. Well, this is happening,
And
ladies and gentlemen.
During this time, Grimly would fill his water skin
Okay.
from the water, just so that he has it.
Yeah, you get like the ice cold water from the...
He's out of
every
ale.
single bad advertisement of cold drinks.
He's out of Trovis ale.
Isn't this salt water?
Yes.
That is very true.
You think so? That's okay. He's not using it to drink it.
Okay.
He just wants something from the sea.
Yes. Unfortunately, if it was for a drink, as you said it isn't, but as if it was, then yes, it is salt water. And then that wasn't too bad. I thought this was going to be way worse. We're good. We're good. We're good.
I have a feeling it's going to be a while till we see waters again. So,
Yeah, more than
I
likely.
mean, we can just get some snow and just melt it.
Yeah.
All right.
it's not the same, Ken.
All right.
Yes,
So
I know.
now
I'm
that we
used
got
to
it,
beautiful, crisp mineral water, yet I'm still up here sludging it with the peasants.
Really?
Oh, yes, you have no idea how good it was down in the underdark.
Interesting.
bring Kins down real quick. Okay, sorry about that, everybody. Little crazy positioning because of a missing member right now. But anyways, we pick back up in Tailspire as I describe the scene. So as you come up out of the water, you see a giant arch made out of stone that is that reaches up like really high, like probably we'll go with 50 feet in the air. And this huge arch of stone is accompanied with
Ooh.
a large bit of kind of like a dock that has giant like stairway of wood kind of up to it. And on the very top, you see a large wooden pole that sticks up into the air with another wooden pole that reaches out from it. And hanging on that second wooden pole is a golden bell, similar to the one that Kinrava had found on the opposite end of this journey. You get up to the surface, and Angejuk says,
Until we meet again.
Thank you, great Angejuk. We appreciate everything that you've done for us.
Yeah.
You're a
Oh.
fascinating creature.
Uphold your end of the bargain.
And
I will. Make no
Angejuk
mistake.
kind of slowly simmers into the water. You see the water kind of like bubbling, huge bits of bubbles and everything like that from his from everything, from like the motion of the water kind of like curling up onto the boat. And you see like a huge as he just sprays water into the air, and it slowly reaches up into the air and comes down as snow before it even reaches you.
Sick.
And
The moment he's like gone, Kinrava's just gonna be like, good job, most of 10 towns is dead now, actually. That makes this quite easy.
Just have to convince the rest of them to give up on whale oil so that the trade doesn't start up again.
Oh, I'm sure he'll be fine.
one of the narwhals like squints at you as it like slowly seeps into the water when you say that. No. And they disappear from sight, leaving you now kind of stranded out among the ice. But in the distance, you can see far off the edge of land, the mainland, the one that you have been traveling now for 3 days to find. But it looks to be like the edge of land and a boat that is kind of stuck in the water due to being landlocked with the ice, and a pier. And far off in the distance, through what you could barely kind of tell through the fog and the snow, there is a large stone structure. I guess not large, medium-sized stone structure.
Should we head that way?
Mayo's. Oh shit! Did Abel die with the gem? That was a compass.
Yep.
God damn it!
We have to figure out where we are and how to get back to Brinchender.
It's safe to say we are to the east, at least.
That does make sense. If we
Water
go
east.
west, we'll probably run into some part of the road or the destroyed settlements and make our way back down there.
The spine is pretty big. On a clear day, maybe we'll get to make.
True. Let's start heading east then. So,
land. Yeah. Start walking that way.
Okay. So you all make your way, Leodin and Tote, and also, let me pull her up. There we go. You are also with Bellany. So, kind of leading the way, you guys make your way over towards the dock, which is pretty much the only way to make your way up, as a long ladder reaches up towards the dock, and there are just almost like sheer cliffs that reach down towards the ice that you currently are in. And you climb up, make your way up the ladder and everything like that. And you now can see that the open wasteland of Icewind Dale basically sits in front of you. But you do notice a tinge of light that is protruding through a lot of the cracks of what looks to be a stone cabin.
Should we check that out?
If you want
Yes,
to.
there's nothing else here. Might as well.
Yeah. Maybe there's someone who actually knows where we are inside.
Not a terrible idea, I suppose.
Alana will start making her way that way.
Okay.
Percy kind of with her.
Lead in again in tote. Grimly, are you following?
Yes.
I'm sure everything will be fine. I cast Mage Armor. No, I'm dead serious. I cast Mage Armor.
Yeah, go for it. It's fine. And Leodin, not Leodin, sorry, I keep saying it like I don't know why. Olanu. You of course make your way up to the cabin. Now the cabin doesn't seem to be any special thing itself. As a matter of fact, it looks to be kind of haphazardly put together with natural rocks. You see a small domed cabin that faces the bay. A bloated door covered in ice and dormant barnacles hangs slightly ajar on rusted hinges.
She's gonna knock on the door and then see if she can pull it open.
You want to knock on the door?
Yeah, like
Okay.
if there's someone in there, like she doesn't want to just like barge in. or
Yep.
anything.
Sure. You knock on the door and there is no answer.
Then she'll open the door.
The door like swings open and then like and falls off the hinges and lands on the ground.
It's kind of like, oh, okay. And she'll kind of look into the room to see if there's anyone in there.
Yeah. You look into the room and you walk in, you look in. And inside, you can see that Rime has coated basically everything in here. Ice and snow covers the entryway, kind of like snow blasted its way in through the doorway. And you notice that there is one bed in here, but it seems to be kind of cracked down and like broken a little bit. But there is a fire in the hearth in the corner as you enter. And the fire looks to be still going.
This is magical fire. Someone's here. She's gonna move further in.
You move
is that a
further
door?
in, you take one step further. And suddenly your attention is pulled towards the bed next to you as you see some of the sheets on the bed compress a little. And a little bit of creaking wood you can hear.
Hello?
And you speak out loud, and you see a woman that is a gigantic barbarian-esque woman, bald head. I'm sorry, not bald head. Hair white as snow with braids in her hair, a feather kind of sticking out the side. and a gigantic glaive in one hand is now staring directly at you.
I'll just say, and you'll just hear a voice ring out from the corner. I promise I mean you no harm. And then I'll drop invisibility. And I'll just have my hands up with the staff in my left hand.
Oh, shit.
And you see bald head, stark white skin. His eyes are piercing blue. And if you get close enough, you can see gold flecks sort of in the coloring of his eyes. Long pointed ears, 2 sets of earrings that hang, and from the lobes, these large white gemstone pendants that dangle down about an inch away from the bottom of the lobe. In the left lobe are 2 chains that hang down and then connect to a ring that's pierced through his left nostril. He wears a circlet on his head with a dark blue crescent moon tattooed in the middle of his forehead. And he just has these long flowing blue robes and this large white staff with the head of which is in this large crescent moon. And he just has his hands up.
Nice.
If you look on stream, there's a representation of him currently in the works.
We mean you know home there. We just came here from an island across the water.
He interrupts you as you're talking. You're the Winter's Inn.
Yes. You've heard of us?
I have, yes. Your Iceheart. Powerful warrior. And I'm gonna look past her. Can I see the rest of them?
Oh, yeah.
Grimly will step in.
Grimly, I recognize you. I'll look past Leodin,
Hi there.
Kinrava, the Drow. I don't see Abel, and I don't recognize that woman. You've returned. Have you completed your mission?
Not quite.
Who are you?
But- My name's... sorry. My name is Arundel. I'm a fan of yours. Well, not you. I don't know you. But the rest of them. In Bryn Shander, there are stories told of how you saved the cities.
This is different.
Where are we? How did we get out here? How did you get out here? Where are we?
Well, we're west, I believe, of Bryn Shander. A number of days. I was guided here by 2 guides. They brought me out here. I really wanted to come and meet you all in person. And then she extends a hand out to like shake Iceheart's hand.
Alana just kind of looks at it, takes it, and gives it a firm shake.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
And what's with your companion? She'll point towards the bed.
My companion.
Is the old lady still there?
The old lady? What?
I thought you said there was someone in the bed.
I said that the
It was
bed
them
compressed.
using invisibility.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Are you all right, Iceheart? You seem flustered.
No, it's been a long time on away from land. Never mind. I thought I'd say magic. It messes with my head.
Would you be willing to help us get back towards Bryn Shander? We seem to be on a lead of what could finally end this winter.
Sure. What was your name? And he looks over at Velany.
Because it is of no importance to you. How convenient that there is just someone here waiting for us upon our arrival.
Her name's Velany. She's not very trustful. She's not
Nice.
easy to trust.
I see that. Yes. Are you a spellcaster, Velini? I see your book. I see your staff.
She like kind of tucks it away in her coat.
So I'm assuming you all have retrieved the codicil.
What do you know of the codicil?
How do you know that?
I've done research. I'm trying to get out of this place. I've been trapped here long enough, and I need to go. But you do have the codicil.
I think we are wasting our time here.
I can agree to that. Would you be as kind to lead us back to Bryn Shanda, please?
I say
one
we
second,
don't
Kenrava.
leave. I say we leave without him. We don't know her or whatever.
Felony, was it?
He kind of like sneers.
Do you all know what her motivations are here? I've heard of your motivations. I do not know this person.
We do not know her motivations. She's helped us much of the way.
Hmm.
We don't know your motivations either.
I just wanted to meet you all. That is all. I'm a big fan.
Maybe we can discuss more on the road back to Bryn Shander.
Yeah.
Is that all right?
This is beyond ridiculous. I do not want to be a part of this if he is to come along or she. What are you, a he or she? I don't know. Or they?
I'm a man.
Well, I don't want to be a part of this if you are to follow along. You are just some random stranger. We are on a mission.
They're also the random stranger that knows the direction to Bryn Shanda, Villainy.
Yeah.
We can discuss what we can do afterwards, but at the very least, let's please get back to somewhere that has a nice fire with food that's not just provisions.
What makes you think that he knows his way back?
Well, we'll soon find out.
How did you
He was
even
guided
get
out
here?
here, wasn't he?
A guide?
I was brought here by 2 guides. I don't exactly know my way around this place.
Oh.
Then there you go. He's
Way
useless.
back.
Listen, I don't know what your motivations are here. What's your name? What did you say it was?
Arendal.
Arendal.
Yes, Arendal. He just has, the whole time, he just has this big smile on his face.
If you can help us, we will accept that. For now, we need to find our way, so you can come along if you want. Velani, you'll just have to deal with it.
You say that.
Keep an eye on him. Keep an eye on him if you'd like.
I am my own person. I will make the decisions as I choose, and I choose not to travel with him.
Ooh, Bellamy, is that a professor orb?
She quickly, shoves it into one of her sleeves.
Very interesting.
Yeah, you hear Professor Scant, oh, yeah, and then get, muffled up by the sleeve.
I would love to have a look at that orb.
Absolutely not.
Villainy. They're
What?
just going to be tagging along with us back to Bryn Shander. There's more than plenty of us if something goes south.
And you're not parting ways with us with that book.
Yeah.
That's
That
fine.
book points
She
us.
takes the book, and she takes it and rips it in half. It's of no use anyways. We have what we need from it.
I look at Ken.
She has got the most polite, serene, most calm smile you have ever seen her have.
Okay.
Was that the codicil?
Yes.
It was.
And you destroyed it.
I did.
Did anyone else get to look at the codicil?
That is of no concern of yours, Mr. Whatever your name is. We don't need to be speaking with you currently. We don't know who you are. We don't know where you're from. We don't know your intent. For all we know, you could be working for the Frost Maiden herself.
I could. That is true. You do not know me. Do any of you know her? I would wager that you do not really.
Abel died for that.
He was a fool.
Abel died.
You destroyed it.
We have what we need from it, Grimly. There's no need for hysterics.
What do we have? What do you know? I know nothing.
The contents from within the book?
That is vague.
Okay. First, we can put the book back together.
Reach over and pull up the pieces, since all she did was tear it in half.
Yeah, well, I mean, you go to reach over for the pages or whatever, and she reaches her hand down, and she literally just firebolts it.
Kinrava's just going to sigh and just...
There is no reason for this. There is no reason to further bring that book along with us. We have what we need from it. There is no need to share this knowledge with this individual, who we do not know.
Fair
Why are you
enough.
so defensive?
Kinrava's going to just start walking off. Like, she's completely calm on the outside, but she is enraged at the destruction of this book.
Mm-hmm.
She's walking at the very least 70 feet away. She is just not stopping until she's 70 feet away from him. Then she's going to start mumbling curses in under breath.
Now, Felony, I am of the belief, and you should all know this as well, that all information and knowledge should be shared to all. It is power, and the more knowledge that we all have, the more power that we all have, and I will not allow the hiding and secreting away of knowledge. I just can't allow that.
She kind of looks at you and she goes, knowledge shall be kept to whomever arrives at its location first. If it wasn't for people like myself and the Brotherhood, there would be no one to take there would be no one to take over and calm people if they gain too much power. We are the deciding factor. Not whoever you are.
His smile fades. You're with the Brotherhood.
She kind of like, her face kind of goes from like anger to like confusion a little bit. She doesn't say anything.
Iceheart, Grimly, do you know about the Arcane Brotherhood?
No.
Not much.
Kinrava's going to use familiar feature to eavesdrop on what's being said via the spider that's still in Melanie's clothes.
Okay. Yeah, you can hear everything that's being said as if you were like right there.
They're underhanded. They hoard magical items and knowledge to themselves so that they can control it, so that they have influence over the goings-on of the rest of this people. If she is part of the Brotherhood, she is absolutely not to be trusted. And you'll have to pardon this, but I don't think I can allow her to live.
Her face kind of like reels back. She goes, who are you to decide this? You are not part of the Brotherhood and you never could be anyways.
I would also ask the same question.
I am Aaron Daladana, and I am a great fan of yours. And I am only trying to help.
Yes, but so is Velany.
Is she?
She helped us retrieve the codicil of White, the Professor Orb.
Didn't
That
help
is
us.
enough. We do not need to share our knowledge with this individual, this stranger.
Kinrava is going to cast.
Shit.
Yeah, you know what? Screw it. She's been wanting to do this since she met her. She's gonna cast Zolothar Arcane.
You're going to cast Arcane Ray at her?
Yep,
Okay.
at 4th level.
Okay.
Jesus.
At that point, the arcane rays go off. So go ahead and roll because it is technically a surprise round, since everything was being kind of dealt with from over here and you're over there.
Okay, so that is a 16 to hit for the first one.
Okay, 16 to hit for the first one. I'm gonna roll a perception check to see if she would be able to use a reaction. What is that? Jesus, I can't tell. That is that, and then her stats. For perception, that's not bad. So that is 16 on perception. I'll say that she is able to use a reaction upon, like, hearing the arcane bolt heading her direction. And she will use shield, and the first thing gets blasted off. Yeah, you got something, Trey?
Can I counterspell the shield?
Yes.
Yay!
Yes, you can.
Oh,
Cool.
I love that spell.
Okay, so the bolt of energy starts to come like towards her in that direction, and since you guys are kind of like angled in the right direction, you can see the bolt far before she can, and you see her like go to reach up and start to incant really fast. What do you do, Trey?
I just take my staff and I tap it on the ground, just real gently. And I just tap it, and then the moon tattoo just flashes slightly. And then the smile just grows bigger on his face.
And right
Jesus.
when that happens, she like lifts her arm up in the air and nothing happens. She turns towards you and like gets a furrowed brow, and the fucking arcane bolt hits. So go ahead and roll damage.
Well, first of all, I gotta do with the other 3 rays.
Yeah.
Sorry, 4 rays. There's a lot of these rays now.
So you're shooting 5
rays.
rays at her?
Yeah, 5 rays.
You maximized the spellcast?
Yeah, 4th
Okay.
level.
Mhm.
Okay, that is a 17 to hit.
Hits. His shield is not in effect.
That is... Oh, that's hits. That's a 21.
Yep, that hits.
That is 23. Okay, how many rays is that so
yep.
far? I think that's 4.
That's 4. All 4 hits
Okay,
so
last
far.
one then. Last one. That's a 14.
A 14 because no shield hits.
Oh shit! Okay! I'm gonna do all of these rolls. That's... Oh my god, that's 5... That's 10d6, I think.
2d6
God,
per
that's a
per
lot.
bolt.
2d6 per bolt, 5 bolts, so I think that's
Yes, 10.
10d6?
Yes, 10d6.
Okay.
As the barrage of bolts lay into her, each bolt pushing her like deeper into the snow and back a couple feet every hit. I need everybody now to go ahead and roll for initiative.
I have such
Jesus.
butterflies in my stomach, like I feel sick over here.
Oh shit! That's a lot of damage! Oh shit! Hold on.
I wasn't ready for this.
Okay.
Here's
and
the proof for you guys.
we're gonna go ahead and also change our music up.
Jesus Christ. That roll.
Hold on. I haven't seen it.
Jesus fucking Christ.
It's... Wow.
Oh no.
Man, I like
See if this
Arundel's
matters.
rolls. Arundel's rolling really well over here so far.
Arundel.
Okay, let's see. Let's
Gotta remember that.
turn off the underwater
Yeah.
music.
I
And
changed
we
my name
are
in Discord so you
fighting.
can see it now too.
Okay, so
We're doing this. Cool. Cool.
you are attacking Velany. The blasts from a distance go off.
Oof.
That's to the witch.
All right, how much damage?
A lot. That's 48 points of force damage.
48 points of force damage. And Velany takes them, not, of course, like very well, but she takes the hits. And suddenly, combat has started. So let's go ahead and go down the line. And we will start, let's see, with combat mode, turn-based mode. We will add some people to it. Okay, Arundel, what'd you roll?
22 with a natural 18.
Very nice. Iceheart,
20. Dirty.
Grimly,
21 with a 19.
Damn.
Leodin. Damn. She only rolls an 8. Then I need Kin.
21.
Nice.
I'm not ready for this.
Ha ha ha! Okay. Arundel, luckily enough, with your reaction to seeing her casting something, you know that combat has just begun. And you get first pick of the litter.
Okay. So after I counterspell it, and I just look up at Iceheart and I just nod at her. And then I throw part of my robe back and reveal a bladed hilt, and I'll draw my blade. And as a bonus action, what happened?
Nothing?
No, I'm trying to think if Alana.
Okay.
No, you're fine.
Oh no, is Lilana gonna kill me? You do you. I draw this long, like, black scimitar out, and then I strike it against the metallic moon part of the staff, and it starts to hum and vibrate, and I'm gonna use a bonus action to activate my blade song.
Okay.
Oh boy.
So your AC shoots up.
Yep, to 30. And
AC is at 19 now.
sure is. And my speed is 50.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna make a straight dash right for your girl.
Okay.
Can I just get past Iceheart here?
Iceheart, are you allowing him to exit your range without an opportunity attack?
To be fair, you would see Kinrava blasting her, so.
Yeah, but does she even think that's the right move?
Fair.
I
You can always roll for it, Allie.
0. Yeah, we're gonna roll.
Okay.
You choose which high or low is I stop him.
Okay. High, you don't stop him. Low, you stop him.
I don't stop him.
You don't stop him. Okay. So he runs.
I have no love.
He
for
runs
the
past you, and just before like you even like reach for your weapon to like pull out and hold it towards him, he is already past you and zooming out towards Velany. Go for it.
10, 15, 20 to get about there.
Yep.
So I dash straight past Ice Heart with my blade sort of ringing still. And then as I'm running out of the door, I slap it against the stone and it rings louder as I cast the booming blade.
Okay.
I'm going to slash at her, sort of sliding through the snow and slashing at her. Here we go. All right, I'm going to roll because that's what you're supposed to do. Cool. That's a 22 to hit.
Hits.
And damage. Oh, God, yo. So 10 points of slashing and 2 points of thunder damage.
Okay, so 12 points.
Yep, and then I'm going to make a second attack on her as well.
Yep.
That is a 17 to hit.
Hits.
For an additional
Ooh!
max damage, 10 points of damage.
22 points.
Yep, so as I slide sort of down on one knee past her and I slash twice and it's like spinning motion, and then I get back up on my feet, I'm just going to keep running past.
Okay. So you
Get right about
slash into her twice, and she like attempts to like swing wildly at you from the pain though. She like reels into herself.
And that's my turn.
All right. She has a look of insanity on her at this point. Her eyes are wide. You can see her pupils are shaking. And she is, as she kind of looks between all of you, deciding what to do next. She looks directly at Leodin, and she shakes her head no. And she will take her staff, hold it high up into the air, and when she does that, she will, you will see a dark, like, portal, kind of like tear, opening up above her. And you see like a rip in reality, essentially. And this black tear is like a gash in the air. And suddenly smoke starts to seep out of this gash in the air. And the smoke starts like coming out in droves until finally it fills up a large space just in the air. And suddenly the smoke forms into what looks to be the shape of a dragon. And every time the wings like wave in the air, smoke just furls forward and fills the air. You see the mouth is billowing a black smoke as it roars into the air. And Velany summons a giant shadow dragon. All right, and I'm going to add a dragon. It is not as cool as I had described it, but we are still going to throw down. Where's my Drago boy?
One more.
There it is.
Oh, at least looking at the GM screen. Along with everybody else watching.
Yeah,
like everyone
I
watching.
don't think he can hide it.
And to make things even better, we're going to set this a little bit bigger than normal. Not that big.
Hell yeah.
There we go. So this giant shadowy dragon mass takes place like right on top of her. And she like just kind of whooshes back, like very Sith-like, basically like pushes her hands forward, and her butt kind of leads the way as she floats backwards, and Leodin can take an attack of opportunity against her.
She's moving.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Leodin.
When she moves, she'll take 8 points of thunder damage.
Yep. A loud boom occurs the second she moves, and she gets pushed in the direction she's attempting to move. And instead of the graceful, like, floating motion she was going to make, she slams up against the stone wall and then lands on her knee and then, like, looks up again. And she kind of looks over at you, Arendal, and she goes, "I knew it. I knew knowledge wouldn't be able to be shared. And then the dragon will go now. How do I... Oh, I gotta add it separately like that. Okay. Now, the dragon looks at possible targets, and it is going to fly over towards you since you have caused the most pain for her. Slam into the ground. And it is going to make 2 slashing attacks towards you, Arendelle. And then it is going to use a breath weapon at the remaining 3 in the building it can see.
Hell yeah.
All right, so 2 slash attacks towards you. First attack is going to be a... that is a huge miss. The second one is... Oh my god, same roll, huge miss. Both of the attacks miss. As the shadowy claws come at you, they essentially just kind of float through the air right next to you, causing like a big black trail of smoke to follow in its form. But you definitely maneuver around it. And then it will turn towards inside of the house. I need Leodin, Grimly, and Olanu. You guys are going to be making... you guys are going to be making a dexterity saving throw.
Do we have any kind of cover in there or no?
No, the breath weapon kind of flows through it like smoke.
Okay.
And we get the +3 from your aura.
Yes. Anybody within 10 feet. I don't know if Leodin's within 10 feet.
No, Leodin does
I'll
not.
leave that.
And you have advantage, Allie, also.
Yeah, already. Yep.
Dex
23.
All right,
God
so Leodin takes the hit. Grimly, what are you at?
16.
16 to save?
I don't think it shows my +3. So.
Are you rolling in D&D Beyond or?
No, that was an accident. But. Or you can't even see. You don't know that I accidentally did that. No.
That was an
I rolled an
accident. And I
11.
rolled a 1, so I re-rolled it in real life.
No, I rolled an 11 +5 for my dex save, and then I get a +3, so 19.
Okay, so you both save, but Leodin fails, so that is going to be... Oh, shit. 24 points of necrotic damage to Leodin, and 12 points to Olanu and Grimly, and I think 6 points to Olanu. Wait, no, you're not
Yep,
raging,
6.
right?
No, I'm not raging.
So 12 points.
So 12.
So 12 to Grimly, 12 to Olanu, 24 to Leodin.
Oof. Is she
Leodin
like
is
hurt
still
pretty
fine.
bad?
She's still fine. She is rounding out about half HP right now. The dragon lands on the ground, and it just constantly has a black mist flowing off of it. It seems to be taking a solid form right now, but you can see that it is not stable. Okay. Bring it back to the turn order. That is next. Grimly, you're up.
Fuck. Okay, after that, Grimly runs out of the building, just next to Leodin.
Okay.
Seeing Velany run to his right, seeing the dragon in front of him. Who does he attack? I'm gonna roll for that. Okay, it's Velany. I will look to my right at Velany and sneer and cast Hunter's Mark on her.
Okay. Hunter's Mark on
As
her.
a bonus action. And rush her. Yep. I will take 2 swings with my axe.
Okay, go for it.
Hunter's
First
Mark.
is a 19 plus 6, 25 to hit.
Okay, first one hits.
And second is 18 to hit.
18 still hits.
Okay. First strike. I will smack a divine smite into it
Hell
Jesus.
yes.
All right.
for 12 damage, and then my d8 is 7 plus 3, so 10, so 22 damage on the first strike.
Okay.
And then I'll spit on the ground and say, "You spit in Abel, I spit on you," and I'll take another attack for 7 plus 3, another 10 damage.
I never spit on anybody. And then the attack goes off, and you slash into her for another how much? 10?
Another 10 damage.
Okay.
Damn.
She's feeling it. She's feeling it.
Are you feeling it, Mr. Krabs?
And during my second attack, I would have moved around to the other side of her.
Oh, okay.
And I'll end my turn.
Ken, you're up.
Oh, I am.
Jesus fucking Christ, this fight.
Actually, I know. As a bonus action, she's going to summon Asher, the little shadow dragon, out of, book.
Okay.
And move him 30 feet towards the party.
Okay.
So she's going to summon him 30 feet away from her and then move him 30 feet towards them. So 60 feet towards them.
You can do this. They added a cool new dragon. See if I can.
Hey, that is cool. Yep, so he'll move 60 feet. He's going to move 60 feet towards them.
Okay. Oh. All right. 60 feet. Boom. Okay.
Yep, summon it. Yep, summon it 30 feet away and then get it 30 feet.
What else?
And how badly do I want to do this? You know what? Yeah, sure. She's going to cast Fly on herself.
On herself. Okay.
And she's going to fly 20 feet towards... She's going to move the full 60 feet for fly-in, but sort of go diagonally, so she's like 20 feet towards the group.
20 feet. See there.
Yeah, and then
And
go
then-
upwards for the rest of it. 40 feet upwards, yeah.
Okay. Rock on. You fly up in the air and you cast your spells and everything like that. Do you have anything else?
I mean, I look fabulous, but
Sure,
nothing else.
yeah.
I have something else. I forgot. Hunter's Mark allows a d6,
Oh, extra damage.
so that's 6 points of damage.
You kill her. No, I'm just kidding. All right.
For both?
Both attacks.
Oh, it goes to both.
Is it both attack, every attack, or is it one attack per round?
Whenever you hit.
Okay.
So another 5.
Jesus. Okay, so an 11-point span right there.
Jesus Christ, that's a lot of fucking damage you just did on me.
Yeah.
I just
Just with
forgot
Hunter's
that
Mark. Okay,
Shit.
Iceheart, you're up.
Let me roll to see who I attack. Low is Velany, high is Dragon. Low is Velany. So she's gonna fly into a rage
Mm-hmm.
and then zoom up to Velany, flanking with Grimly.
Mm-hmm.
And she is going to swing at this bitch. That's a 16 to hit.
16. She will throw up a shield. Whoosh.
Oh, she's gonna
Okay.
wish she did. I counterspell it.
Wait, what's the range on that?
Range on counterspell.
60 feet on counterspell. But it's a shame that Asher can have spells cast through him, and he's right there.
That's right. Okay.
I'm gonna
Okay.
counterspell Kinrava's counterspell.
Yeah, I'm gonna counterspell all of your counterspells. So I
I'm
guess
going to say
we're
counterspell out loud.
we have finally reached that point in this campaign where everybody's just counterspelling.
Okay. So that's
First one hits.
9 damage.
Okay.
And then for the second attack. $24
Hits.
to hit.
Oh, chat thought that was damage. I was like, Jesus Christ.
15 damage.
15 additional damage. Jesus. Okay, she's not looking very well.
And then all. Oh no, I used my bonus action. We're good.
Okay.
This dragon's gonna shit on us, by the way.
Leonin is up. Since everybody else was doing it, she's gonna do it. She's gonna roll who she's hitting. Hey, she doesn't like dragons apparently, so she's gonna hit a dragon. She's just gonna cast Bane on both the dragon and Velany. Actually, fuck it.
Hell yeah.
Leodin says she's not going to be able to make the session today, by the way.
Oh, that sucks. Okay, that stinks. So she'll cast Bane on both of them. They'll make their saves. Dragon fails. Velany succeeds. So dragon is Bane. And nobody's been hurt, really. Everybody's in position.
Except her.
Oh, that's right. She did take a breath weapon. She will use her bardic ability. She will allow everybody to move, and she will get a bonus of, let's see how
It's
many.
8 HP. Temp.
Cool.
Longer rest. Mantle of Inspiration is 8 temporary HP, yes. And that will go to everybody but Kin. No, just kidding. She doesn't know this guy. 1, 2, 3. Kin, you're just out of range. And she's just going to keep it to you 3. So... Actually, does Asher have... he has HP, right?
He doesn't
Oh, he
actually
doesn't?
know.
Okay. All right. Then I was just making sure.
He
Anyways.
can only be killed by a dispel magic.
Yeah. Okay. So anyways, 1, 2, 3, and she will...
Percy?
Where's Percy? Where's Percy during this? Did we roll for Percy? We forget about him again?
So we didn't. So he goes on my bonus action, which is why I didn't have him do anything.
Got it.
But he would just be in the house, which I guess means that I should have rolled a save for him. Ooh, shit. He failed that save, so he took the
24.
Yeah.
Oofa doofa.
Yeah, that's not great. So someone is.
Okay, so Percy gets an additional 8 HP.
Yay.
All right. And he can move if he wants.
He will. He will kind of come out of the house and circle around to kind of where Asher is.
Like here?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That is it for Leodin's turn. We are back up to the top with Arendelle.
Oh, shit. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Leodin isn't super hurt, right?
A little bit more than half HP still.
She's like 24 points of damage.
Yep. She's like
Okay.
at 30 something. Like 34, I think. 33, 34.
Alright, well, I'm gonna heal her anyways. So, Arendelle, seeing Leiden a little injured, he's gonna take the head of his staff and just press it against his forehead. And these black veins are gonna start pulsing outwards. As he pulls the staff away, there's a little bit of like light that trails behind it, and he just points it towards Leiden. And I'm gonna cast Life Transference. Oh boy!
So how much damage and how much heal?
Let's see. So I take 13 points of damage, and she heals 26 points.
Woo! She is back up to full.
Jeez.
Boop. And then that is my action. And then I will just circle around this dragon here.
Okay.
Boom. And that's all I got.
Okay. Velanie's eyes will go black. And when her eyes go black, she will just start to mutter some weird incantations. And she will point her staff in the air again, but the tip of the staff this time will start to glow like a purplish black. And it shoots off into the air about 5 feet away from where she is currently. And it just goes boom. And instead of like a black occurrence happening, it's almost like a shockwave, like bursting through the mock. And a burst of necrotic energy just blows out from that area. So that means that, where is it?
Fuck.
Oh shit! That goes out of it. 1
I did
second.
not expect this fight to happen this episode.
There it is. So I need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw.
Including me.
How far away are you? Let me double check. I don't think so, but let me double check.
Oh,
That's 70 feet, so let me see if it's the range on this thing. You do! It is a 60-foot radius,
Shit.
so it reaches out to 120 feet.
Is it too late for me to try and counterspell this then?
I mean, I've already basically said everything that needs
That's
to be
alright,
said.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Alright, you got it. I hate counterspell because it just sucks, especially if
Well,
you're DM.
here's the deal. It's a higher level spell, so you can try to counterspell, but you still have to roll for it.
Yeah.
Oh, hey! I rolled a 19, guys.
Grim,
I'll try
Nice.
it if you let me.
are you trying to counterspell it?
Me as well.
Okay, go for it.
Cool. Let me just roll. I'm not gonna roll well. That's the thing.
You don't know that. Okay, well, we know it now.
So that is a what is that? An 8?
Yeah,
So that's the 12 total. I'm sure that fails.
that does, unfortunately. So,
Um,
the attack still happens.
Didn't Kin?
What?
Oh wait, no, that was your save. Never mind.
Yeah, so you're saying
24 to save.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Arendelle, what's your save?
5.
Okay, Leodin. That is a 18 probably plus numbers, so we're good there. Percy.
12
Okay. And Olana.
and 20.
Okay, so Percy takes the blast.
Dan, just for the record, Leodin has just been saying she will help murder fucking Velanie.
Go
She's
figure.
in the Discord. She's all for it.
Go figure.
She's so hype.
All right, cool. That does mean, though, that the damage goes off, and those that are hit by it. Wait, no, that's wrong. Wrong. How do I? That's not it. Don't worry about it.
Okay, thank goodness.
Fuck!
That's not it.
What is happening?
It is.
You rolled 31.
All right, so the damage for this
Is worse.
Yeah.
is 26 points for those who failed, which I think only Percy? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Percy and Arendelle.
He's down.
Okay, he's down.
Yeah.
Those who didn't fail take half or
Yep,
nothing.
those who didn't fail take half. So 13 to everybody else.
I never mind. No.
26
Cool.
to those who failed, 13 those who didn't.
Oof.
A,
Yeah, I'm definitely a wizard.
a, a burst of necrotic energy just fucking boom. You see,
You said
like,
13 to
yeah,
those who
13 to
didn't?
those who saved.
So then have it again. Okay.
So exactly, sorry. Yeah, I keep forgetting yours is always like have.
6.
And then you see like the snow and ice and stuff like that from the area just get like pushed out. And all that's left on the ground are like blackened tendrils going through the cracks in the ice, essentially. The stone on the house has like caved in and the house collapses in on itself.
Good thing we weren't using it.
That
was
is
my home.
That's it for her move, or for her attack. She doesn't want to move, obviously. And then the dragon will go. The dragon will take 2 strikes at Arendelle, and then
Oof.
Shit.
no, yes, no, no.
Did it get its breath back?
If it's the spell I think it is, it's
breath.
good. Yeah, it's that spell. The one I want.
It just has its breath. So there's no there's no having to roll for it. Anyways, it's gonna move away from you, Arendelle. If you have an attack of opportunity, still you don't because you used counterspell.
I don't because I tried to counterspell like
So
an idiot.
now it is 2 attacks against Grimly.
It's within 10 feet of me?
5, 10,
nope.
15.
15, okay.
Let's
Did
see.
it pass
Grimly,
through?
that is a 18 to hit on the first.
That's a miss. Oh,
And then-
shit.
And then a 24 to hit on the second.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
Oh,
24
wait.
on the second. Well,
I'm just kidding.
oh, I thought you had some. I don't know. Maybe I don't know, some fucking crazy level 8 shit. I don't know. All right. So yeah, the attack goes off, and then it deals. Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? It deals. Boom. $12 points of piercing damage.
All right.
And it's going to fucking blow its breath on you 3 directly in front of it. So
You rolled with advantage on those attacks, right?
No, I did not.
As a flank?
Yeah, I
'cause
didn't
it flanked me?
even think about it. First one would have failed again, and the second one was not a natural 20. So
All right.
good to go. Breath weapon on Grimly. I need a dex save on Grimly, a dex save on Olanu, and a dex save on Leodin.
Okay.
Leodin, ooh, 19 plus numbers. She's good.
You are close enough, Alanu, for the +3.
23.
23,
same,
Grim, 23.
23.
Okay, so everybody saves. So you all take half damage. But the damage goes through, and it is going to be
Oh. So was it 12 damage the first time it attacked? If it was half damage for those that saved?
yeah for those who
I
saved
didn't
it was
mark
12.
I didn't mark that the first time.
Then this one is going to be 14 points for those that didn't save, and then 7 for those that did. So 7 points since you all saved. 7 points of damage to all of you. Necrotic.
Sweet.
3.
To 3, down to 3 for Olanu.
Jesus. I should have made a barbarian.
Okay.
It's nice.
That is the dragon's moves. It will float 5 feet in the air right next to you, Grim. You see it's like on the ground, and it doesn't like flap its wings to fly. What it does is it coalesces into smoke and then it reappears 5 feet above you, and then like woof, woof, woof.
Dan, this spell better be in her spell book when we get it.
She's gonna throw her
Making
spell
sure
book
you
into
know,
the-
buddy.
Throwing it into the
God
ocean.
damn it.
All right, Grim, you're up.
Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Okay. Does he... does this... In his mind, does it end if she dies? I'm gonna go with that's what he thinks. But also, I kind of feel like I should defend myself against it. But she's Hunter's Mark, so he's gonna continue to attack her.
Hey, what are you doing? What are we doing?
I bonus action. Try a little bit.
Okay.
No. I'll take 2 strikes at her.
Go for it.
First is advantage. That was okay, that's 13, so 19 to hit.
19 does hit.
And then second attack, 13, 3. All right, so another 19 to hit.
Yeah. Both hit.
That's an 8 plus 3 is 11 damage on the first attack.
Okay.
D6.
And plus the d6. Oh, and another 8. Wow. Another 11.
Wow.
Another 11. And a divine smite.
Okay.
11, 22 plus 8's 30 plus
Fuck off.
2d6
Fuck off. Fuck off.
is
Fuck off.
8 more damage
Fuck
for
off.
38 damage.
Fuck off. How do you want to do this?
Yes.
I want to say... I want to say... When you made that choice to rip that book, you threw away all confidence in your trust, and I cut her head off.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Also, you had an advantage on all the attacks. Did you roll at advantage?
Yeah,
I did roll at advantage.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. All right.
So the weapon glows in a gold, like it usually does, and
Sure.
increases in size. And as I come across, we'll just assume both attacks were one. I wanted it to start cutting her head off before the axe even touches her skin.
Yeah, okay. Velony attempts to like throw up a shield in like effort to block it, but before she can even raise her hand, the attack is already on its way. And miscalculating the fact that the axe is about to strike because of the presence of that golden aura that allows it to cut even further than where the blade shows. She miscalculates and throws the shield up too late. And in incredible fashion, the blade just starts to cut through the neck before the blade hits and slams into the stone wall next to her and blows the stone wall backwards into the house, blowing even more stone like inwards and away from you. And like almost as if a strange silence falls upon the battlefield. Nothing can be heard, almost like all that can be heard is like the small like winds kind of like passing by you in the moment. That huge dragon next to you that had coalesced from the shadows and broke out of some weird tear in reality begins to start to like shiver and shake, and the smoke begins to really kind of like come out almost as if like being pushed out by like a piston or by like wind or something. And all of the smoke blows up, and as it goes out, and then whoosh, back into itself, and it twirls into a small little moat, and then poof, disappears. And Velanie's body drops to her knees with like her book still in her hand and slumps over to the side into the snow. The Professor Scant slowly rolls out of her wizard's sleeve.
Tears are just falling down Grimly's face right now.
Alana immediately drops her rage, runs over to Percy, and casts Cure Wounds on him twice.
Oh shit!
Hey!
I forgot you could do that.
He's got it!
What does that look like? What does an Olanu Cure Wounds look like?
She puts her hands out on him, and her eyes close, and a swirling blue energy that takes on the forms of little griffins that kind of hop all over him, coalesce around the wounds.
Excellent.
To heal him.
So as you place your hands down on top of him, like that blue essence, you feel the presence of the bear and the wolf looking over top of you. And if you were looking at it from Percy's point of view, you would see like the heads of a giant wolf and a giant bear kind of beyond you. And the small little griffins begin to kind of claw all over Percy's body and then soothingly like flow into him. How much?
So the first one was for 5, and the second one was for 7.
You see Percy's eyes blink. Kind of rolls over to the side and like stands back up.
Shit.
Tears are kind of rolling down her face, and she just kind of sits there with him for a minute, scratching him.
Yep. He like sits down on his
Kinrava
haunches.
is just going to immediately soar over to where Velanie. Professor.
Okay, you soar to where Velanie was. And you fly over there.
She's just immediately like grabbing her Velanie's spell book, the Professor orb.
So you go over there greedily, just fucking like rooting through this headless body.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm literally looking for any magic items on her, like anything. Like I will take her spell book, I will take her shoes, I will take anything that glows.
Jesus.
So on her person, you find the Professor Orb, Professor Scant. You find, well, you no longer find the codicil. But you do find a small wand that is attached to her hip. And you find a spell book. But there are no other magical items on her.
Alrighty. She will take all of that, put
I lied.
book on her. Oh.
Yeah, I lied. She actually does, she has magical items underneath her robes on her arms.
Oh, then, yep, she'll take them too.
Okay, you, like, roll her sleeves up to reveal that she is currently wearing a set of bracers.
Yep, Kinrava will take the braces, she will take the book, she will take the wand, she will take everything and the Professor Orb.
Okay, as you loot the body and find all these magical items, we're going to go ahead and take our first break. All right, so if you are watching, thank you very much for hanging out with us. We will be right back, and we will continue our story with this strange new companion in the group. We will figure out what that means as we continue on here in just a second. Be right back, guys.
I did not expect that of your character, Trey, to just initiate a fight right as soon as he joins.
I was like, why do I feel like we're not getting out of here without combat?
Well,
why does Alanu have the level head right now?
You know.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest here. Kinrava was kind of planning to murder her when we got to Dome that night.
Jesus.
It's just like, I think we need to have another after snow soon so that we can talk about all the shit that's going on.
Yeah.
Maybe we should
I
have an
know.
after snow like as our characters and just be like, so, hey.
Yeah. Kin was just gonna have like her little familiar crawl up and zap her in the middle of the night to burn her reactions and then like stab her in the neck.
I know Ray has been dying to kill Melanie. It's a shame she couldn't be
Yeah.
here for it.
Yeah.
Okay, be right back.
Oh. Arendal's weird. I don't know how I feel about him yet.
I fucking love him already.
I still don't. I feels weird being a different character. It's so.
Yeah, I
it feels
know.
Like, it feels wrong. I don't feel
wait
comfortable.
I can't wait to see how he plays RP wise. You know, like I mean, obviously we kind of talked out this whole introduction part, but like I can't wait to see what he does, kind of spur the moment and everything.
It's very interesting, Trey. I'll give you that.
Freaking Slasher smile.
He's a weirdo.
Conveniently for him, we already didn't trust her, and then she gets cornered and does something untrustworthy again.
Honestly, Kinrava was gonna murder her the moment she half. Like Kinrava
This puts us at a very bad disadvantage, though, because we don't know what was in that book.
Kinrava thankfully copied the poem down though, so we can still get into the glacier.
You know that poem identifies the location that we need to go to? Okay.
Arendal might know a few things.
Mm-hmm. Arendal
Because
knows.
I was like completely zoned out last week when Abel died. I did not listen to that
me
poem.
too.
No. Kinrava knows how to open the glacier, doesn't know where to go.
Yeah, let's see.
Yep.
That's tough.
I think what we'll come to understand is that that Arendal is a very useful person, or a very useful individual, not just some stranger. I'm not necessarily the fact that he is a stranger. He is a stranger, but you know, it's not just, you know, it doesn't just boil down to, hey, random character, join us on our quest.
Yeah, it seems interesting. I'm excited to hear where he comes from. Who
Hey,
he
hats
is.
off to Trey for coming up with like a whole thing, you know, in like 1 week's time. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Blade Slinger. Or is it Singer?
Singer.
Okay. Blade Singer. Makeshift. We need new music, you know.
Oh god.
Ooh. I need a drink. Fuck.
Yeah, I got one right now. I had to get one.
Nice.
Arth, I think Shiny's theming right now. Oh wait, is he?
Arth,
Oh,
may
Shiny back?
I fucking also say thank you so much for the 5 gift subs. I know I didn't recognize it because RP was going on at the moment, and I totally forgot after the fact, but please, since you are here, let it be known that I appreciate you tremendously. Thank you very much for the 5 subs.
I saw that during the game and I wanted to say something, but we were in like a...
Yeah, it was like literally right in the middle of something.
Shout out to Arth, man.
Yeah, really.
Shout out to all the mainstays.
The ride or dies, as they would say.
I think I did somewhere around 60 points of damage to her.
In 2 rounds, you fucking asshole. You decimated her. She had like a pretty decent amount of hit points. And matter of fact, she had like some escape routes and everything like that. But she literally couldn't even get past the second turn. She was like, okay, I'm going to do these 2 badass things and then fucking peace the fuck out. And then she was like, she took an insane amount of damage.
Then I
Yeah,
have designed
usually-
the most annoying character, just FYI.
I don't know. Olanu's pretty annoying with her fucking you can't move shit.
What was his name again?
Arendelle?
Alan.
Alan.
I'll type it in.
Arendelle.
It's- You can, if you look at my my Discord thing, it's my
Yeah,
name
you can
now.
see it on his name now.
Arendelle. Where have I heard that name before?
So when I came up with his name, I typed it in to make sure I wasn't pulling it from some pop culture, like some other fantasy thing.
Yeah.
I couldn't find anything on it, but it sounds so familiar to me too. I don't know why.
I remember now. It's the name of the kingdom from Frozen.
Is it really?
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Oh my god.
Hey Dan, can I change my name?
Absolutely
Trey.
not. It tracks.
Trey, you
dude.
know what
It
they-
tracks.
How
We're
is it
in
spelled?
You know what they say.
It's Arendelle.
Sometimes you just gotta let it go.
Motherfucker.
Let it go. It's
Alright,
Arendelle.
Let it go.
We need to kill this character, and I'm making another character. Because this is absolutely, I will
Art
not
says
stand
just
for
let it go.
this.
The name never bothered me anyway.
It bothers the fuck out of me.
Yeah, no, hey, hey, dude, if you want to change it, go for it. Like we are like literally half an episode in where we've met you for all of 30 minutes, maybe. Feel
God
free.
damn it.
Wow, Arth, the call never bothered Trey anyway.
Ooh,
It bothered Abel.
ooh,
It sure bothered Abel.
ooh, too soon, too soon.
That
Oh, I got
is
the thing and I sent it to you.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
a point
yeah,
of
mine-
exhaustion
mine is
to
done
you,
too.
Arth, for the rest
Mine
of the
is
day.
not.
I'll send mine too, Dan. I know you probably won't be able to do it today, but that's all right.
No, I mean, if you would have got it to me at the start of break, I might have actually been able to. But I
Yeah.
feel like since everybody's
Oh,
here,
sorry.
we should
All
probably.
good. That's
No,
all
no,
good.
there's no worries. There's no worries. It's like literally, I got back like 5 seconds ago too. So
What is it?
for everybody that's watching, I've discovered that I can import characters into Tailspire, custom characters. So next time you catch us here on stream, you'll be able to see, instead of these goofy kind of like representations of our characters on screen, you'll actually see the characters as themselves in Tailspire,
Do
which
we-
is fucking cool.
Do we email it or can I put it in Winter's End Party?
I think
I emailed it.
I think you could just email it, but I mean, I think you could put it in the thing, but I'm not sure. I would just email it.
I'll test it.
Let's see. It is a zip file. Yeah, I can accept zip files, I think.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Let's see if it works. And then copy.
Also
Yeah,
cool.
that's it.
Also, poor Ray. She's got to think of a drink called an Able Teen.
Oh
Able
no.
Jeez.
Able
It's just
teen.
a block of ice.
It's just literally an ice cube.
And then you
I imagine
smash
it would be like
With blue food
And then
coloring.
that's how you drink it. You just
And then
fucking
you
smash it on the
smash
ground.
Wait, what are those drinks where it has like chocolate and you crush it?
Oh god, I don't know. It's a drink?
that sounds awful.
I don't think it's a drink. Is it?
Or maybe a cake? I don't know.
Oh, you mean the shell things that you can like pour hot water on or hot milk or whatever on and it'll melt?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, there's
Correct.
like
I don't know what
those
those
like balls of chocolate and you put hot milk on it and it makes hot
Mhm.
chocolate.
It's just a
It
chocolate
melts it.
shell.
All right, on that note,
Anyways,
let's get back into it. So there's
That's
no
awful, Arth.
no more neat. All of Oriel's men and all of oh no. All right.
yes,
Damn.
I still love you, Arth.
2 points.
Despite what you've done.
Just take 2 points of damage.
Ah, fuck! I have to activate her video for it to work. All right. 1 second.
I'm gonna send y'all in the Discord. I'm gonna send y'all a picture of my mini because I really like how it is.
It's so good. I got spoilers.
Bro, I don't even think you sent me the mini.
I'm going to send it right now in the Discord.
Okay, so welcome back, everybody. We're going to go ahead and jump back in here. Shoo. And we back. We back with it. We back with it.
We back.
All right. So thank you very much for hanging out past the break as we continue on. So we kind of leave off as Velany drops to the ground and freaking Kinraba runs over and starts like raking through the body and pulling out all kinds of magic items. And
unsurprising of Grimly.
No, at this point. And you pull out 2 magical items and the Professor Orb.
As you see Grimly's straighten himself, the gold that's flowing outside of his axe faintly turns to black and then dissipates. She left us no choice. Right? She left us no choice.
I don't necessarily agree with that sentiment, but it's not like she was dear to me either.
Oh, you got a face change, Worm.
Oh, geez.
Oh, damn it.
So, I mean, at this point, guys, I don't have an NPC to lead you along. So this is all you now at this point. This is all you guys.
All right.
Arendal sheathes his sword, and the sort of humming on the blade stops. And he just slowly makes his way over towards Velany's body. And is just looking down at it.
I mean, you see a gruesome sight.
Alanu's gonna look around to see if she can figure out where exactly they should be going.
I mean, you take a look up towards the sky and you know where you came from, which was the west. I mean, so you can kind of situate yourself that way as the coast is to your left, which is the west.
I guess I should be more specific. She's gonna try and see, does she recognize, mountain ranges off in the distance, to try and point herself more towards where she believes Bryn Shander would be positioned.
You can roll a survival check, but it will be at disadvantage considering you guys are so far away from home. There's really no landmarks outside of distant mountains.
Okay.
While she's doing that, Grimly will walk over to Leodin and heal her a little bit.
You heal Leodin back up? I think Leodin was back up to... Oh, no, she took another breath weapon, but she only took 7 points of damage, so...
All right, I'll just go ahead and use Lay on Hands to heal her.
Okay, yeah. She kind of just looks up and she's like, thank you, Grimly. Just very sullenly.
Grimly, why don't you try and also heal up our new friend as well?
I'll look over at Arendale. Are you
Don't
all
say
right?
it like that. Don't you say it like that. You pronounce it right.
How do I pronounce it? Say it just so I can remember it.
No, it's Arendal.
Arendal. I'll walk over to
something
Arendal.
different next week.
If you weren't with us during the break, or if you're watching this on YouTube and you skipped right over it, we've discovered that Arendal is very close to Arendelle, which is the city in Frozen. So that's a fun little fact that we didn't know until just now.
God damn it, Seth.
Don't blame me, okay?
Seth is our resident Disney professional who knows all the things. So anyway, keep going. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
He puts his axe away and reaches out his hand. It's nice to meet you, Arendal.
Oh, it is a great pleasure to meet you, to meet all of you. And he starts speaking out loud. The
Do you
winter's
take
in.
my hand or just leave me hanging?
I take his hand. I reach down and take his hand. And then I put my second hand on it and I just shake it tenderly and like with enthusiasm.
Lay on hands when we make contact.
Hell yeah.
I don't know how low you are, but let's say
I'm
15.
very low. Got it.
Okay, let's say 20.
Ooh. Thank you, sir. He goes, ooh, that's pleasurable. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was a 12 on my roll, by the way.
You're 12. You cannot really tell which direction perfectly to go. There's a general, like, eastward direction that you probably should start heading.
Do we need to take a rest? Or are we ready to move?
Honestly, I would say we should start moving at the very least to try and get to Bryn Shander.
Okay.
We can take a rest in the dome when we start to feel tired, because I believe Arundel here mentioned that it took him a while it took him a few days to get his way out here with a tour guide.
Okay.
Is there any like the structure that was destroyed? Is there any like planks or wood or like giant pieces that we could use?
There's stone. This building was made completely of natural stone that had been stacked together. It's a strange
Or maybe the
building.
door.
Yeah, except for the door. And there was actually wood that was burning in the hearth.
Well, first
But
thing,
remember,
Grimly's gonna
the door was like covered in barnacles and like fucking busted up just by touching it. So
First thing Grimly's gonna do is spend some time casting Find Steed.
Oh, okay.
And he'll summon his golden axe beak with the Eye of Helm on it.
Rock on.
We shouldn't waste much time out here in the wilderness.
Leiden kind of looks up at you all, and as she's like rifling through her bag, and she kind of takes count. If there's 5 of us, huh? And also Percy and Cuckoo. We may be running low on the rations soon.
I can take
have-
care of that every day.
I have 30 left, but if we're gone for more than a week, could be a problem.
I
I
can take care
have
of
some as well.
Well, that's very kind
I
of you.
have
Well, Anu,
6.
you said you can take care of it. Are you going hunting?
Yes. No, I have I tried to show you on the ship. I can create these berries with my hands, and they
I thought you found those.
are. No, I made them. I wanted something other than fish jerky. And they just appeared in my hands.
Okay. Well then. Never mind what I said.
Is it
really
just
filling?
berries or?
Yeah. They also kind of like make you feel a little better too. It's really fascinating, and they taste really good.
I can't wait to try them.
Oh.
How about if we start moving off now then?
I
The last thing.
would request that we do make a quick stop in Tourmaline, though.
I agree.
I believe
the only
there
way.
might be some last words that need be saying.
Fair point.
And maybe after that we can go and do whatever you wanted to do, Kin.
Let's go that way then.
And she kind of rubs her head. Which way is it?
Alana just kind of waves her hands that way.
Arundel just starts walking.
Yep.
Aaron
mount the
just
axe
starts
beak.
walking. Do you know where?
Yep.
Okay.
I don't really know where I'm going, but he's walking.
Okay.
Just
Yeah,
head
just follow.
in that general
Just follow.
direction until we find some sort of landmark that we can gain an idea of.
Mhm.
I'll put up the dome when the aurora starts to come in.
All right. So
We just leave Velanie's body there.
Actually, no. Kinrava's also going to take her robe.
her what?
Her robe.
Robe.
She's taking her clothes too.
Okay. You pack away an extra set of winter clothes. A very
Okey-dokey.
old and very not naked per se, but naked essentially in the words of this being Icewind Dale. She's left in her undergarments.
I'll
And
just toss her
very,
into the.
very Skyrim style, just like pack everything into your
And-
backpack and leave them with nothing but their knickers on.
And
I'll
before we
just
leave,
throw-
Kinrava's going to cast Firebolt and set her corpse on fire.
Never mind.
Okay.
I was gonna throw her in the fires of the building, but that's fine. I like it.
The
There's
crack,
like a small smile of sadistic glee as she does so.
the sounds of crackling skin and fat as you leave the area kind of whisper in through the winds as you start heading east towards what you believe to be 10 towns, and you make your way that direction. After about 2 hours of travel or so, you believe that it's rounding out about time to rest for the night. It took a pretty good, decent amount of time the third day to reach the location where you had originally. But as you are, kind of setting out, you do annotate the time as a giant black shadow encroaches from the west. In the sky. In the sky.
Okay. The dragon leading the aurora again.
Ah. You were not successful.
Unfortunately, not.
There are multiple steps to getting rid of the winter and the night.
With Abel's
Yes.
death, we didn't feel confident taking her on at this moment.
Yeah.
However, Velanie has seemed to have an idea of where an ancient city was buried, in which we could possibly find arcane weapons to use against that creature.
Yes, I know of that place.
Do you?
Really?
Yes, it's part of the reason I came out here.
Are you a
No, I just want to
researcher as
leave.
well?
Sorry?
Are you a researcher as well?
Yes, it is one of my great passions. Stories.
Oh, why don't we
Yeah.
make camp and have a discussion about what's going on right now?
Agreed.
Yeah.
As you guys
I
start
need to
making camp, you start to see that the shadow gets bigger and bigger and bigger as it approaches your current location. And at this point, you can start to see the tail end of the shadow on the other side of it. And in tote is the aurora behind it. The shadow itself has to be at least 200 feet from wingtip to wingtip.
Holy
That
fuck.
flies above you.
Jesus Christ.
Can we make out like the ID, especially with my dark vision? Is there any way to make out like the actual shape of this shadow?
Yeah, I mean, you can see the shape of it. It is some sort of avian thing. It is a flying creature that looks to be possibly feathered or something, because when it flaps its wings, you can see a bend in the almost like the fingertips area of a wing where there would be.
So it hasn't got like a long tail like a dragon.
It has a long tail, but not like a
okay.
singular tail. It is like a
Okay.
just giant tail. Yeah, and at the end, it goes off into several other small like tails like that, almost like dangly bits at the end of the tail. But
Like a
they go
peacock
on.
tail?
Yeah, kind of like a peacock tail, kind of.
Okay.
But they kind of go off in their own little tails, basically splitting
Yeah.
off.
Tail
And
feathers.
exactly, and each one of those tail feathers alone reaches between 20 to 25 feet. Just the tail feathers.
I didn't realize it was bird-like before.
As it flies above you, it is completely and utterly above you, and it blacks out the sky. You all, except for Arendelle, get a flash in your brain, and a loud screech emanates and shakes your mind. Need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw real quick, except for Arendelle.
My God.
This isn't in. Oh, Constitution. Never mind.
I'm rolling so well today. I love it.
It's good.
Are we? Oh yeah,
Nice.
we're close enough for the +3 from.
Yeah.
Ray needs to not be here more often because
Oh yeah,
I
and let's
just
see, Ray.
have taken in her powers.
Yeah, all the rolling magic.
Ray unfortunately
wonder-
fails. That's a 4 plus 3 plus whatever. That still fails. What does everybody got? Con save wise.
27.
27,
Jesus.
26.
26,
Thanks to my delightful friend Grimly, 22.
22. Okay, insane. Leodin is the only one who she kind of has not been herself ever since Abel fell. And when that flash of light occurs and a scream inside your head appears or emanates, a flash of a figure kind of goes into view, not like projected out in front of you and not like a physical thing, but like a picture or an image in your mind of a strange creature hunched over with like the legs of a goat, very like rounded at the shoulders, scraggly arms with sharp talons at the ends, and an owl's face, giant, almost encapsulating the entirety of the top of the shoulders, stares out at you, large ram-like ears that curl up on the sides, stares out at you and points a finger at you. This all happens in an instant as you hear that scream. And everybody else, you guys kind of like shake it off, but you hear Leodin like scream, like bloody murder for a moment, and she looks afraid.
I rush over to lay it in, of course.
She's just like cursing under her breath as you approach. Fuck, shit.
You
Did you see
saw
that?
it too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did we all see it?
See what?
I mean, I did.
The figure, the owl figure.
It was faint, but yes, somewhat.
Just a flash.
Leodin like drops down to the ground and like grabs her knees and like kind of cuddles Cuckoo as he approaches her.
Are you okay?
Yeah. It's it was strange. Sorry. Just it got to me, I guess.
We should rest.
Agreed.
The shadow leaves from above head, revealing the now Aurora Borealis covered sky, and it continues out to the east.
Grimly will start clearing some snow. Yeah, we'll start clearing some snow.
Yeah,
Okay.
clearing the
Snow dome goes up. Leodin, she doesn't seem to want to help. Doesn't do anything. Just kind of curled up.
Alana will offer to take the first watch, just so that everybody else can get some sleep.
I'll take first watch as well. Besides, I have a few things I need to do before I rest tonight.
Okay.
And you guys are good to go. If you guys want to rest for the night, you can. You said Olanu's taking first watch. Is there anybody taking second?
Herondal will take second.
Okay.
That's only
I'll
4
take-
hours.
I'll take second with Arendal.
Leodin, I guess, and Kin, if you are up for it, will take last watch.
Well, Kin's going with
Ooh.
Olanu for the
Actually-
first watch.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
Okay.
I'll take third.
With
That'll
Kin?
be fine.
Or I'm sorry, with Leodin.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Okay, so you lead, and then Arendal, you have mid-watch by yourself. Okay. So first watch goes swimmingly. There was nothing that happened just as the aurora goes over. Nothing crazy. I will say that the weather has picked up a little bit. The blizzard, or the weather turns into a blizzard as it always usually does. But it is not like a snowblind / you're going to die blizzard. It is just a regular blizzard. But the weather has picked up for the first watch, and it comes to a conclusion. Unless you and whoever had first watch with you, I think it was just you.
It was
Me.
Kin.
Oh, that's right, Kin and you.
Alone.
Unless you guys want to do something during that time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Do you want to do anything first, Olanu?
She's just kind of watching Percy sleep and just thinking as she like half-heartedly kind of pays attention to everything that's going on.
All right. First, Kinra's going to cast Identify on the braces that we found, and also the wand that we found.
The braces themselves are bracers of defense.
Ooh, okay.
So it's a +2 to your AC if you attune to them. The wand is a wand of magic missiles with 7 charges, which they have been recharged since the last time she used the item. So it's not, it is fully charged. But note that at the dawn of every morning, you must roll a d20. And if you roll a 1, the wand disappears and or just falls into dust.
Okay.
And what else did you have? That's it. Professor Scant, yes?
Well, first of all, she's going to just take a quick browse through Velany's spell book, see what she had.
That's great.
Be right back.
So a browse through Velany's spellbook will find you probably disappointed. But there's still a decent amount of stuff in there. So Velany's spellbook will contain the following spells: Bestow Curse, Blindness, Deafness, False Life, Find Familiar, Magic Weapon, Polymorph, Protection from Evil and Good, Remove Curse, Shield, Pensier's Floating Disc, Hold Person, Arcane Eye, Blight, and yes, Summon Draconic Spirit.
Now I have no idea what I'm going to use one of my 5th level next level up for, because I was planning to use Dream to make everyone have nightmares to go at her, but...
Wait.
Okay.
So there was Summon Draconic Spirit, and the largest spell in that book, Circle of Death.
Oh, shit! So that's what she hit us with?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
shit!
what it was.
Thank
That's
God she rolled
60 foot
low!
radius.
Thank God she rolled low!
120-foot large fucking
Diameter.
area.
Yeah. I knew it was Circle of Death.
Oh shit! I thought it was energy flood.
Nope.
We were lucky as shit.
Yep.
Okay. Yikes. Wowza.
All right, so that's what you find in the spellbook. What else would you like?
Well, after discovering that, I'm being incredibly happy.
Yeah.
She's going to take her dagger, and she's going to take her own spell book, and she's going to cut out the pages from her own book, which seem to be made not of paper, but some sort of like dried sort of fungal material. Sort of like just cut the spine off of it so the cover comes off.
Yeah.
And then she's going to be taking those pieces of Shardalin that we got before.
Mm-hmm.
And just sort of set
The
them
innate
out.
ones?
Yeah. Yes.
Yep.
And just sort of like set them out in front of herself. Then she's going to hold up her hand, and she is going to cast Fabricate.
Okay. What are you doing?
So it does take 10 minutes to cast, but after the 10 minutes is done and over with, the pieces of Shardalin turn into dust, rise up through a magic circle that she's made, and then they start to reform around the pages that she just put out in order to reform a new spellbook cover made of Shardalin.
Very fucking cool. Okay. Your spellbook now covered in Shardalin. And I assume full of amazing filigree and decoration, like to kind
Yes,
of
it's actually
symbolize everything that you do.
Yes. She's also going to use some of her gold pieces as well, so that it has like a sort of like gold outline and inlay on it, just to make sure it's nice and fancy.
Rock on. Yeah, absolutely. So,
And there's
hey, an innate Shardalin book cover of sorts for your spell book is absolutely something that I'll be going to Reddit with later to describe what my wizard just did, and everybody's going to be like, what?
And finally, the gold inlay is going to be in the shape of an 8-pointed star.
The gold inlay on the center, like center of the book?
Yeah, on the cover.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like an 8-pointed star. Wait, what did you say then, Ariola?
That's a new trick.
It is, yes. I can take raw materials and something.
I might need your assistance with something when we get back to town.
I already had something in mind for you, but I suppose yes, sure.
Okay.
Reason why our Grimly's cloak now has that new remembrance on it.
I was wondering about that. Yeah. I'll talk to you later.
Just for the record, by the way, Olano,
Hmm?
the arcane brotherhood that our new friend was talking about, by the way, I'm very much aware can still hear us. It was also the same. It was also the same group of people that red mage we encountered were part of. One who murdered everyone who tower.
Oh.
And I have a suspicion might also have been who that ghost might have belonged to. Considering she had a spellbook as well.
That helps quite a bit. Thank you for letting me know.
Of course. Now, just don't mind me while I turn this spider back into a winged snake.
Oh. Okay. I'm glad I didn't smush that earlier. Okay.
Oh yeah, I was planning to make this go down her throat and like zap her. Don't worry.
You see like the spider like crawl up out of like Kinrava's like chest, like right here, like where the chest is, crawl up and like around the top of her head while she's talking.
Yeah, and like she was eyeballing.
Yeah.
Like,
She's like raising her hand up like this, ready to smash it.
Arundel's just giggling off to the side watching it.
So yeah, she'll turn Omen back into a winged snake.
Yeah.
Sorry that took so long.
Yeah, it's no problem, no problem. You hear like the crackling of bones and shit like that as like the legs turn into wings. All right. Olano, did you have anything?
no, that was it.
Okay. All right, first watch goes off, like I said, without a hitch, other than Kin's business. And then the second watch can go off, Arundel, by yourself.
Yes, sir.
Is there anything that you would like to do while the rest of the party rests?
Yes. Is Kinraba awake?
I mean, she's an elf. She's just meditating. She's still aware of everything around her, so yeah.
Right. Okay.
Well, she also probably woke you up, or one of them did.
Well, I'm also an elf, so I don't sleep either.
Exactly.
I'm just standing in the center of the hut, back straight, staff in hand, and I'm just observing everybody on the ground asleep. And he just has a big smile on his face, and he's just shaking his head, and he says, "What a story! What a story!" And then he's gonna step out of the hut and probably go like 15 feet away. Is it blizzarding? Like, is it terrible out there?
No, like I said, it's not horrible, but it is definitely a blizzard. So it's like wind is slapping you against the face, and if there was like, you know, flaps to a tent or whatever, they'd be like in the wind kind of thing.
Yeah, so he'll poke his head out of the hut and says, terrible weather to play. And then he'll take his head back in the hut. And then he's just standing and watching, and he's just sort of playing with his earring.
Roll a d20 for me, please.
God damn it, Daniel. 14.
Oh, how interesting. How motherfucking interesting. Okay.
Sure sucks you're out of the dome.
I poked my head out. I pulled it back in.
You pulled it back in. But still, okay. So while you're awake, you see a large polar bear that is just tromping through the snow. You can hear the breath of the polar bear from a distance, like as he just tromps through the snow. You note that the polar bear has some strange accoutrement. It's not just a regular. Well, it's not just a naked polar bear, essentially. You notice that the polar bear's hair around its neck are braided, and the polar bear is wearing an eye patch.
That is intriguing to Arendelle.
Yeah, that's the whole like holy fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
Is this another fucking awakened animal?
Let's
Arendelle is
go.
gonna just step out of the hut and just get to a point where he can just watch it wherever it's going.
Okay. It stops where it's currently at, and it begins to dig downwards as it like sniffs through the snow, and you can start to see it like move the snow with both of its hands, like where it currently is. And then it like takes one of its paws and like reaches up in the air and slams it down onto the ice, and you see a bit of water kind of spurt up from where it was, and then you see it on its butt and like look down into the water. Are you doing anything?
I'm just crouching down, not really to hide, just to like get more comfortable.
Are you
and I'm
outside
just
or
watching.
inside?
I'm outside.
Outside, okay. It does not seem to notice you.
Okay, I'm just watching it.
Yeah.
Just intrigued.
What did you say, Olanu?
First thing that came to mind was Yorick Brynison from his Dark Materials. I was like, wait a minute,
Oh my
what?
god.
So, as the
That touches my heart.
polar bear sits there and like looks down into this hole that it's made in the ice, it like kind of looks around, make sure nobody's watching, and then suddenly you see its head kind of dip down and like turn to the side and then back, and then you see its like arm like move and like side to side, and then it moves and it creeps, and it's so strange. And the polar bear stands up on its now 2 feet. It still kind of looks like a polar bear, but it is standing up like a humanoid. And things have basically kind of erupted out of its fur around it. And you see it is wearing a large necklace. You see that it is wearing pants that are basically like hides of different animals just tied around its belt. You see leather bracers that are kind of like around its arms, and you see a leather piece that is like climbing up its chest.
Can I go get scratched?
What? Can I
You're
go
asleep.
get scratched?
All right.
Would
I know what this thing is?
Arendelle, yeah, you
What's
absolutely know what this thing is.
Listen, moons are my thing.
You've read about these creatures in one of the depths of your books many, many years ago. But you recall it almost instantly the second it appears because it's so original. You also see a dead fish hanging from its waist. And it reaches down its back and pulls out a large fishing rod.
Hell yes.
And then
Arendelle is going straight for him.
sits down in the snow.
I'm walking towards him.
Okay, you walk towards him, and he sniffs the air.
Pardon me.
He turns to you, and he kind of almost goes like animalistic for a second. He kind of puts his paws down on the ground, and he looks over. Who are you?
I put my hands up in the same fashion I did before. I mean you no harm. I am merely trying to investigate. You're quite the incredible creature.
He just like looks both ways. Where did you come from?
Just over that hill there.
Um,
I'm sorry, y'all.
he sees the hut now as he looks around.
He
He's
sees it. Oh shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a big white ball that kind of just like a big snowball. He looks and he goes, "What is that?"
It is where I'm resting for the time being, waiting out the storm.
What do you want?
I just wanted to come meet you. You're incredible.
He kind of looks both ways, and he's just not liking it. He's just not digging the situation. So he's like, "Go away."
Can I have at least a name before I go?
He kind of looks at you. Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
My specialty. That's a natural 2 for a total of 1.
He stands up and hits you with the rod.
So he looks over at you, and he goes, "Go away now."
Very well, very well. And I start backing away.
You see him like start to like shift his head back and forth, and like a lot of the stuff that was on him starts to sink back into his body.
Yep, and I just turn and walk back to the hut.
You see you see him do that polar bear run where he like dips his head and like walks and like, you know, runs and walks. Or I'm sorry, he runs while he's doing like that whole head bob thing, and he's just keeping an eye on you the whole time, making a big circle around the hut.
Cool. And Arendelle is amazed. He's just walking back with a big smile on his face. I would have loved to hear his story, but I guess that wasn't an option. And then he'll go back to the hut.
Okay. You need to roll a perception check real quick.
15.
He is still out there watching. He's just like dug himself down into the snow. And he's just like, just his head is over there, but you can see 2 little black dots in the snow.
My axe beak is just hanging out outside and cuddled down next to this
Oh
dome.
no.
I will say that it is asleep until you watch.
it's just relaxing, cuddled up in a small ball.
Hold on just a second. Huh? I see. Hey, that's mommy. Hold on.
Go for it.
She's got my my wife's wedding ring.
Oh,
Oh
sweet.
no, that's not good.
Tasty.
Okay, sorry about that. Anyways, that was awkward. So
That was great.
you can tell, obviously, that it is still watching. But yeah, Brad, we'll say that your steed sleeps same schedule you do, so currently is asleep. Okay,
Sweet.
so Arundel, your watch comes to an end. Of course, you can do whatever you want.
My watch has ended.
Okay, so Grimly and Leodin, it is now your watch. I assume Arundel wakes you up.
Yep.
Okay.
I just gingerly touched the side of his face one time. Wake up.
Oh.
It's time for your watch, Grimly.
Uh,
I hope you
Thank
slept well.
mm-hmm.
And then I'll go sit crisscross applesauce on the ground.
Nightmare that I just woken up from. That was weird.
Sure.
But I'll stand up and look over at Laden, and I can tell she still needs some time.
She's snoozing.
So,
She's asleep.
oh,
still.
she didn't
nobody
get
woke her
woken up by
yet.
him?
Nope.
I would rather just leave her to the rest.
Okay. So you don't wake her up for the last watch. Okay, so you awaken. For third watch, go ahead and roll me a d20 then. Unless you have anything to say before we talk about encounters that you wanted to do.
Can I get some quick
encounters.
clarification of my book? I tried to turn pages after Torg, and are they locked? Can I not turn pages?
So no, you can. So what I was trying to say though is there is a specific set of 2 pages that all your visions have been coming through. Like basically, it flips to that page every time it wants to show you some creepy or, incoherent message. It's always flipped to that. But when you go to write on that page, ink does not flow. If you go to do anything on that page, nothing happens. You cannot mess with that page for some reason.
But turning the pages, I can begin to write again.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So I would have continued to write past that then, when I was back on the ship. And I will step just outside of the dome where the axe peak is and kind of lean up against it, trying to stay warm in the snow and just relax
Arundel has something as you step through, I assume.
Be careful. There's a large lycanthrope out there watching.
I have no idea what that is. But I'll keep my eye. Thank you. I kind of just want to cuddle the axe beak, kind of resting in its warmth, and
okay,
I'll start continuing to write my story of Abel.
Okay. Yeah, you can cuddle up next to it. It takes its large wing and kind of just lifts it up to kind of drape it over you like a blanket almost, as it continues to sleep.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perception is 11.
You do not see,
or not. Yeah.
Yeah. You
I don't
do
know
not
if it was
see
perception
what
check or
Arundel.
not.
Well, you don't see what Arundel was talking about specifically.
Okay.
But go ahead and roll a d20, just a flat d20.
That is a 5.
Okay, so a 5. Oh, excellent. Okay. A 5 will give us
Armageddon.
So as you are chillaxing against your bird beak or your axe beak, you You start to see some movement in the distance, close to what looks to be like a large hillside, just created by like a large mound of snow. And it looks to be cut like in two, that has like a ravine kind of going through it off in the distance. It's about 50 feet off from where you are currently, but you do see some movement in that direction at a distance. The blizzard kind of takes away any kind of knowing what it is immediately, but you see the shape of like a lanky humanoid form walking in the distance.
Divine sense, 60 feet.
Okay, well it's 50 feet away, so you can get within range of it, but you have to be outside of the thingy. So if you're outside with your axe beak, right?
Yeah, just as I notice it, just a divine sense quickly towards it.
Yeah.
If it's a celestial, fiend, or undead,
it is
that's all
none
I'm
of the
checking.
above.
Okay, then I'll just watch it.
Yep. You watch it for a moment, and it reaches into what looks to be, from a shadow point of view, looks to be just like a large mound of something. And it grabs into the large mound and pulls out what looks to be something strange. It looks to be almost like a smaller humanoid. And then takes it and just starts to drag it behind it.
I'll stand up, place my book in my bag, and look into the dome.
Mhm.
And is Arendelle still... Are you still awake, just relaxing?
I'm probably like going into my meditation right now.
Okay, so you haven't meditated tonight yet?
No.
Yeah, he chose to stay awake during first watch, so.
Yeah.
Okay, so be on your guard. If you can hear me, something's coming our way. And I'll poke my head back out of the dome and watch it. It's coming towards me?
No. It walked kind of back towards where it was, like on that hillside. It continues into where it's like that ravine area. It drags this weird like humanoid thing or whatever it is in its hands behind it, and then kind of disappears into the ravine.
Curiosity. I don't think Grimly would follow. No, I'll just watch it disappear into the snow. And
yeah, the night's rest comes to an end. Everybody is full up again. It allows you to get your hit points back, your spell slots back, everything like that. As you complete your night's rest, the shield or the barrier of the home or house or whatever you guys are in, the damn dome, if you will, goes away, and all but Leodin and Olanu feel a cold blast of air kind of as soon as the dome goes down. You start your way towards 10 Towns once again. And go ahead and give me a survival check, whoever is leading this out. If you want to have two people do it, that's fine for advantage, or you can have two people do it, each individually roll.
Can I assist you, Allie? Oh, okay.
Either way. I have a +5 for survival.
I have 3.
Okay, so Allie, you can roll with advantage, I guess.
9. Ooh, good. 19 +5, 24.
24. So as
Ranger.
you guys continue, yeah, right. As you guys continue eastward, you start to see familiar shapes and familiar landmarks that kind of remind you of 10 Towns. Most importantly, Kelvin's Cairn, as you can see the large mountain that kind of just sits amongst the middle of the tundra. This giant mountainous form allows you to kind of guide your way towards where you need to go. And as you're making your way towards 10 Towns, you note that you're probably about a half day's travel away from where you need to go.
Even with my fast-paced thing.
Yes, with your fast-paced thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's you guys are on foot, and you guys are well, if you look at the map, you guys are pretty damn far. But yeah, with yours, it's still a half day's travel.
So that would mean we're close.
To Tourmaline?
Yeah.
Are we traveling west to east or east to west?
To Lonely Wood. Lonely Wood is the furthest west portion of the 10 towns. On the northern part.
If you go to Lonely Wood, we can head
Like we're
down
going
and,
west to east.
Yeah. So
west
it'd be
to
like,
east.
It'd be like,
we would pass Tourmaline first, right?
let me see. Let me look at the map just
Check
in
that
case.
map. I'm pretty sure it comes first.
No.
So it goes. Whoa, calm down. It goes. So because you're coming from Angejuk, the first one you're going to meet up with is Lonely Wood. Then it goes Tourmaline, and you go south towards Targos and Bremen and Brinchander. Now, if you guys had taken like a southern path instead of just directly east, you would have hit Bremen first, and then Targos, and then Brinchander, and then Tourmaline is further. But you guys took Lonely Wood, Tourmaline, so Lonely Wood's closer. Half day towards Lonely Wood. That's where we're at. Carry on.
Or Knobberknocker. Never got to meet the guy.
What's his name? Copper? Knobberknocker?
Knobberknocker, yep.
I haven't forgot that since my 0.5 episode.
If we continued further past Lonely Wood, how long would it take us to get to Tourmaline?
The walk isn't that much further. I think it's only like 1 hour, so 30 minutes for you guys.
Oh, fair enough then. Yeah, we may as well just go straight to Tourmaline then.
Yeah. I mean, we'll still go through Lonely Wood, of course, but that
Yeah,
would
I'd
be
like
our target.
Straight through, maybe?
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys could travel for another half day. Nothing in particularly crazy happens. Leodin assumed that someone was following you at some point, but they drifted off and are no longer doing so. And by the time you guys get to Lonely Wood, you're about halfway through the day's travel. You guys arrive to a scene of destruction. Buildings that have been burnt to the ground that are essentially just blackened boards of ash. Long lines of blackened ground that are still just, black on the ground without like burning it, essentially. But most of it has been covered in a good amount of snow. Reason being, if there's nobody to shovel the snow or if there's nobody to move it out, the snow that comes down on a daily basis here in Icewind, it will cover things up quickly. So since it's been about 2 weeks nearly since the attack of the dragon, you get there and everything is covered in about like nearly 6 foot of snow. So everything is like covered up to where like the door frames, there's only like maybe like this much of the door showing. But a lot of it is just like pieces of wood sticking up out of the ground in different locations. And you of course know this as the city or the town because of like the clearing in the woods. This is Lonely Wood. Pretty much nobody outside of maybe Grimly would know too much about it. Lonely Wood, of course, its main export being the fact that there's a forest around here. Well, there would be, if not for the everlasting rime, because currently all you see are like the tops of dead trees everywhere. A lot of tops of dead trees. And you make your way through, unfortunately this kind of morose town, and you find yourselves back on the path of 10 towns. It's a 10 towns path, so you know it by its kind of dug out way through natural areas. So it has been covered in a lot of snow, but the way it's formed, a lot of the areas are not touched because of the way the wind blows and everything like that. Still allows some areas to be completely untouched by the piles of snow that may be building up on the sides. So you take this kind of strange and maybe not so easy to navigate through, but still fast because of Olanu's path, And eventually, you guys arrive to the city of Tourmaline, or the town of Tourmaline. Now, the town of Tourmaline was also destroyed, and anything of note is buried in a number of feet of snow. And the woods have been burned down in a line. There's like a huge line within the woods. And you, of course, can kind of figure out that this was due to the dragon's breath. Many of the buildings destroyed, many of the area destroyed, but that is where you're at currently. You come to the outskirts of Tourmaline.
Should we try to find Abel's home?
Leodin looks at you and she goes, I think it'd be best.
Okay.
Arendal, I don't know how much you know of us, but this is where Abel is from.
Yes, I've heard.
Alana would
Should
kind
be
of
the-
weave her way through the buildings and try and find where he had brought us that last time we were here.
You find the town speaker's home because it was like this huge, like 2.5-story building that basically took up the town center. So you see like half of it is still sticking out of the ground, even though it is burnt wood that you still see. And like catty corner to that is kind of where Grimly ran from to find the town speaker at one point during the fight. And you would note that this is probably where the house would be, but there is nothing coming out of the snow in the area.
This is roughly where it is. Leodin, you grabbed something from the pile of ice. Did you intend to bury it here?
She looks at you and she goes, does anybody have a shovel?
Yeah. I think I do, actually.
If you want to clear out a large area of snow, I can do that for you right now.
I think it'd be best.
Just kidding.
I don't think laying it
Everyone
on top of the snow would be the best.
Everyone back up then, please.
Okay.
And Kinrava's going to put her hand and she's going to cast Fireball as a bead of blue fire shoots out and then explodes outward to clear off a large patch of snow all at once.
You saying fireball or firebolt?
Ball.
Fireball. Okay, Jesus. Okay.
And obliterate whatever's
so,
left.
Yeah. Like if you're going to cast fireball, like Leodin would like put her hand on you and be like, "Can we maybe take this delicately?"
No, I cast it.
Jesus. Okay.
No, I don't. Don't worry.
I mean, if you do, you do. You do not? Like, I didn't mean to be
I
like...
don't.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
I don't.
I love
mean, if she's
Kin.
gonna
I
do it,
love
she's
Kin
fine.
for that fact alone. Like, I don't know if she would do that. So go ahead. You do whatever you wanted to do.
I mean, if there was an area where she knew there wasn't houses around, then yeah she'd do that.
Yeah.
But
So
there's a lot of houses.
the fire bolt, I assume, or you are
Yes.
doing something else. Okay, so fire bolt.
Actually, now that I think about it, there is one thing I can do. I'm going to cast Ice Knife,
Okay.
but I'm going to change the piercing damage and also the ice damage into fire damage. That
Okay.
way it's a explosion of fire to just clear out an area.
Okay. So almost as if like bursts of snow just kind of go poof, 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 until basically the entire area has been like excavated. And you are left with the remains of a burnt down house that has been buried by the snow, a good 4 or 5 feet underneath. Leodin starts digging through her pack of stuff and like opening the bag of holding. She pulls out what looks to be just like literally a piece of ice, a giant piece of ice, Arendal. And she picks it up and like holds it in her hand. And it looks to be like a finely carved piece of, well, hell, it almost looks like a kit of some sort, almost like a pouch. Like hanging from it are some frozen instruments of like tools and stuff. But it's a strange occurrence. And she pulls it out. She holds it out in front of her. Does anybody have any words?
I can say something.
Leodin takes her hand and like puts it kind of like on the snow next to, or the ice next to, the steps, and her hand starts to like slowly push through the ice as it like gathers around her like water.
Yeah. I will pull out the ring that's kind of behind the brooch and grasp it in my hand and bow my head. Abel, the bravery that you have shown throughout our adventure is one to remember. Much like the rest of us, you set out to end the night, to protect the ones you love, to protect the people that couldn't protect themselves. And though we joked around, we kidded, you were probably the bravest person I knew. And you gave your life on a promise. Standing here today, we all honor you and your endeavor. And I promise you that we will see it through in your name. Thank you, friend. Now rest.
As you hold on to the ring that is tied around your neck, basically, the tendrils of wood that surround the ring kind of slowly unfurl until they encapsulate your hand quickly. They wrap around your hand, and they wrap around your other hand as you grab onto it to try and pull it off. They wrap around both of your hands. Both of your hands are entangled in it, and you are blasted back 5 feet from your position, and you slide in the snow and come to a stop. And you all look, and you can see Grimly's eyes go completely white. Grimly, your vision goes blurry for a moment until you are surrounded by nothing but white around you. You look down and you can't even see a shadow underneath you, unsettling, almost feeling like you're floating, and you look directly in front of you, and 6 feet in front of your face, a woman that is dressed with nothing but wood and bark across a naked body, looks at you, points her finger at you, and says, "Where is my father?" And that's where we'll end today's session.
Holy shit!
Oh shit!
Holy shit! Oh my god.
The fuck, Abel?
God damn.
What?
Well, trying
Oh
to
my
organize a
God.
family reunion. I've got Fireball.
That's fucked up.
She's itching. She's itching to cast Fireball.
So, on that note, if you are watching on YouTube, thank you very much for joining us for this very cool reunion with a new character, and also
What the fuck?
some old shit coming in hot at the very end. So, I
Oh
hope
my God.
you're looking forward to the next episode. And yeah, guys, we got a lot of stuff coming down the line. Keep an eye out for Running Fey Wild here in the near future. Check out our Patreon. runningfeywild.com is our website. You can check out, you can check out patreon.com/runningfeywild. But check out Nat1Fun too. If you're a fan of the Rime of the Frostmaiden, check out our Discord. We have a ton of stuff going on in Discord for Rime of the Frostmaiden. So thank you guys for hanging out with us. It was a great week. We'll see you next time. I hope you keep being your best selves. Bye, guys.